right, you got time, don't you? Okay. All right. We are okay. I'm going to do the same thing. I'll give the day, where we're at, and hit my opening, and then I'm coming back to the phone. Okay? Here we go. All right. Let's see here. First off, I have got a problem. Hold on a second. Um, oh, now, all right. Now, okay. We have today is the 5th of October. We are in West Plains. Hi, Shane.
Hey, what's going on back in the studio?
All right, here we go.
Welcome to Waynesville Tiger Football.
All right. Are we good? Okay, sounds great, buddy. I will give you a holler back here. Let me shrink this and turn my headset.
Waynesville Tiger Football. It is Friday night under the lights. The Waynesville Tigers on the gridiron. Our game being brought to you by Air Serve Heating and Air, Arby's of St. Robert, B&B Theater in Waynesville, TC Towing of Waynesville, Balfour Beatty Communities of Fort Wood, Columbia College, King Auto Glass of St. Robert and Rolla, Lindsay Chrysler Dodge Ram Jeep of St. Robert, and Ogle Chiropractic in Waynesville, Park University of Fort Wood, Mailboxing of St. Robert, the Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company, the Sellers Sexton Auto Group, Shelter Insurance Agents, Mike Anthony in Waynesville, Dave Holland in Richland, VFW Post 3168, Team Ellis at Remax Professional Realty, the Bank of Crocker, Clayton Homes of Lebanon, Lynch's Furniture of St. Robert, the Marys County Bank, St. Robert Auto Supply, and the Waynesville Medical Plaza. The kickoff around the corner under the Friday night lights.
Well, good evening and welcome to Waynesville Tiger Football. We are in Howell County, pretty close to the Arkansas border, if I'm not mistaken. Marv Luton, along with my partner Shane McPherson. Week number 7 of Waynesville Tiger Football. The Tigers coming in here at 2-4 on the season. The West Plains Scissors are perfect. Shane at 6-0, and what a team I think we're going to see tonight.
Yeah, during the pregame, it was pretty, let's just say, impressive when they were walking out to the field. They've got some real large kids and athletic kids too.
Last year, we came down here last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, we did.
As well. How we get 2 road trips back to back here? We're gonna have to.
I don't know, Marv.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a long trip this afternoon.
It was it was a long trip, but it was an enjoyable one.
Yes, it was.
We got beat last year, 48-26. Of course, last year it was the first game of the season.
Right.
You know, both teams came in at 0-0. This year it is the 7th game of the season, and that is not the case this year. However, one thing about this Waynesville Tiger team, they have played pretty good the last 3 weeks of the season.
They sure have. You know, what a great game last week. You know, it was terrible that we came out on the losing end of that, but we stuck in and hung in, and really, I think shocked the conference and probably got a lot of clout and respect around the conference because of the way we did play Rolla. I know that Steve Airy over there at West Plains gave Coach a call and congratulated him on a great game, and he was a little impressed with us. So, you know, like we said, you know, Coach Hayes has got them turned around. He's got them coming around, and we're getting ready to see some more Waynesville Tiger football tonight. We got a few guys on the bad list tonight, you know, on the injury list, but I think we're going to be fine.
And I don't think it's necessarily the injury list as much as it is sick call.
Yeah.
I think they're in the infirmary.
Right.
The coach said there was a little staff going around the the school. And the thing of it is, you have been in locker rooms, and you know when you get a whole bunch of guys in a locker room, a whole bunch of gals in locker rooms, you know, germs can get passed around.
Right.
And when the germs start spreading, people start getting ill. And we are going to be without Ian Williams tonight. Outstanding linebacker for the Waynesville Tigers. We are going to be without Sean Sumter, who's had quite a few carries this year, spelling Butler Lawson, and also Damian Machuca. And how important has Machuca been on defense for this Waynesville Tiger team? And also not dressed out tonight is Antonio Pearson for the Waynesville Tigers. So, again, a few kids on the infirmary. So we will be without their services. But, you know, like the coach said, you dance with who brung you, and you come out here and you swing the big stick.
Yeah, you sure do. And, you know, we had some, you know, staff go through a couple years ago. It's hard to keep a big facility like that clean and stuff like that. But, you know, we've got it whooped, and I think that everybody will be ready to go definitely for next week. West Plains, on the other hand, they're looking at full power. Number 5, Lidgard, he's got about 142 carries so far this year for about 1,150 yards. Their quarterback is their second runner, who doesn't have very many carries. I guess not when Lidgard has 142 already, but throws the ball very well. They've been averaging about 42 to 49 points a game. This is going to be a big test for us. We've got to get started on the right track if we want to have a fighting chance against these guys tonight. You know,
take a look at Braden Lidgard. He is just a junior, a 5'10", 170-pounder. He has over 1,100 yards by himself.
Right.
The Waynesville Tigers, as a team, have 878. So he is out rushing our entire team. We've allowed 851 yards against us on the ground this year. Let's hope Lingard don't break that tonight.
Well, Lingard, the one reason that he's probably so effective is that offensive line is so tall and big that they probably can't find him back there until he squirts through. They've got 2 tackles that are 6'6", 6'7". They've got 2 guards that are huge, and a center is not real big, but he is thick. And when you're running behind guys like that, you can run with nothing but confidence, and I'm sure that's what Lingard's been doing all year.
Well, their offensive line is 250, 270, 260, 230, and the little one you said was thick. He's only 205, and that is Micah Caudle, and he wears a linebacker number
right.
53. So I'm sure on defense you might see him. Of course, you take a look at this West Plains team. They have got enough players, seniors alone, to go one way. One full defensive team, one full offensive team, and not have to play 2 ways.
A big-time platoon they could do. However, I know that he does have a few of his real specialty guys going both ways. There's a couple of these guys that we saw that were using defensive backs and also receivers. That doesn't surprise you at all. But I would think that line reminds me a lot of the line that we used to have a long time ago, as far as the size of them. When we had Ostrowski, who was 6'6" and weighed 300 pounds, and could move real well, and they are very similar. I think that this is going to be a year that West Plains is really going to make a serious run at the whole thing.
Well, they're in a district that has Farmington, Festus, Sykeston, Hillsborough, North County, DeSoto, and Cape Central. So they are going east for their district, and not a little bit east, but a long way to the east, because they're going into southeast Missouri.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, it sounds like a lot of people, with the way that they're going, are going to have to come west, because they're going to probably host quite a few of these districts and stuff like that. As far as it goes this year, where the odd and even, it's always about odd and even, but I can see them, I could foreseeably see in a state championship game a Webb City and a West Plains.
Well, they are, again, the number 1 team in their district at a 6-0 mark. They have 53 and a third points, while Farmington comes in the number 2 spot at 4-2, and Festus also at 4-2. And Farmington and Festus are separated by about 5 points. Sykeston is 3-3, and they're only 1 point behind Festus. And when you get into an 8-team district, there are no buys. You're going to have to get after it right off the get-go. The minute you play your 9th game of the season, the first week of districts, you're playing.
Everybody plays.
Unlike the Waynesville district, where there's 5 teams, the number 1 team in the district is going to get a bye, and right now that looks like it's going to be the Lebanon Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, it sure does.
Glendale at number 2, Waynesville at number 3, and Willard at number 4. Now, Glendale, Waynesville, and Willard are all 2-4 on the season. Glendale is a half a point ahead of the Tigers, and the Tigers are a half point ahead of Willard. So there is no room for error here tonight. Now, Lebanon, they are going to take on Rollo. That ought to be a pretty good game, and that's in Lebanon tonight. That's 5-1 Rollo Bulldogs and the 5-1 Lebanon Yellow Jackets. Glendale, they get the Camdenton Lakers, and I believe they travel to the lake to get this done tonight. Again, Willard, they have Carthage. Carthage is 5-1 on the season, so that's not going to be a picnic for Willard either. And Springfield Central, they're taking on Kickapoo. Central is 0-6. Kickapoo 1-5. Kickapoo's only win was against us when we had an incomplete pass go awry, and we had a clear shot at the end zone. So the Tigers, without that one pass, going incomplete, we could actually be in second place in this district of ours.
And the thing about it is, that Glendale-Camden game is a big game tonight. You did say that, right? Glendale and Camden.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And that's a big game. Now Glendale's got to go to Camden, and Camden always plays really well at home, as you guys know. They beat Lebanon last week at home, and that just a barn burner. And that's going to be a big game, as far as point totals and all that kind of stuff. So it's anybody's third place right now. And hopefully we're going to come out on top of it.
Camdenton is a Class 4 school. Glendale Class 5. West Plains here, Class 4. We are Class 5. And I think Willard is 4, and I think Willard would have to be 5,
right?
Because we're all in the same district. And I'm pretty sure I think Carthage I think Carthage is a Class 4 team because
yes, they are.
They hang around there with Webb City and Carl Junction and all those guys down there in southwest Missouri that seem to just be battle-tested every week they play.
And Carthage has a really good year going for themselves this year, too. And you know, it seems like to me, you know, we saw, week 4 when Webb City went down to Branson and beat Branson 22-20 that, you know, you just don't see that. Branson must be much improved, or, you know, Webb City is just not as strong as they normally are. But we say that, and they're 6-0. So, you know, that 4A really doesn't matter a whole lot to us. But, you know, in one respect, it matters to us as far as the district play and the points.
It is homecoming here at West Plains this evening, and I'm sure we'll have those ceremonies during halftime. The captains are about ready to make their way to the middle of the field with the referees, and it looks like the Tiger captains are going to be Shane Butler-Lawson, along with Kevin Poinsett, Michael Cassidy, and Malik Hopper. And what a hit we saw Hopper have last week in the Rolla game, and then they threw that penalty after that, and I couldn't believe it. The fans couldn't believe it.
The coaches couldn't believe it.
Coaches couldn't believe it. You talk about a hot coach.
Yeah.
Coach Haynes, I think he let the headsets fly. He was upset because Hopper, he popped him good, and he hit him with the shoulders and laid the kid out and walked away.
Now,
whether or not he said anything, we don't know if he said anything, but I remember our old coach, Phil Cagle. And Cagle would say, "Hey, help him up," and say, "Hey, I'll be right back here next time."
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. And the thing about it was, you know, right after that, a lot of people didn't see this, but right after that, when they made that call and it was all over and everything, the Rolla kid comes out and he does a flex right in front of everybody, and they didn't say a word. And you know, it just didn't seem. That crew last week was, let's just say, a little more older and really didn't have a whole lot of giddy up in their step. Couldn't really keep up with it too much, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think you're right. And you know, the coaches pretty much said the same thing. The coin toss is brought to you by Security Banks of Pulaski County. The West Plains Scissors have won the coin toss, and they are going to defer. The Waynesville Tigers will get the football as we begin this football game coming up in a moment. Our pregame show brought to you by TC Towing, Arby's, and Air Serve Heating and Air. We're coming right back.
Drained batteries and sluggish engines make for tough travel. That's when TC Towing in Waynesville comes calling. They offer towing for about any vehicle on the road, but you may not know they also offer minor automotive repairs with certified technicians trained on today's cars, trucks, and SUVs. Towing and transport service from one side of town to the other or out of state. Whatever the customer needs, and they accept all major credit cards. 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Towing, transport, and a garage for repair service. Call TC Towing on Historic Route 66 in Waynesville at 528-0796. A small-town business helping out in a big-time way.
When you're feeling hungry, you don't want to mess around with a quarter-pound meat sandwich. Instead, eat one of Arby's new half-pound roast beef sandwiches. 8 ounces of thinly sliced, tender roast beef. And if you really want a quarter pound of beef, that's cool. Just eat half of a half-pound roast beef sandwich. Introducing Arby's new half-pound roast beef sandwiches. Arby's, we have the meat.
Quality and honesty are 2 values customers want and businesses must have. AirServe Heating and Air Conditioning of Waynesville has those values and offers much more. Locally owned and operated, they're your neighbors with finance options and free estimates so you'll know the cost before they start. AirServe is your comfort company, servicing all brands so you're ready for the season. Call 774-7805.
We are about ready to get this game underway. Trey Cressman kicking away for the West Plains Scissors. Cameron Cavalier and Shane Butler-Lawson, our deep. Cavalier will field it at the 5-yard line. He'll cut to the outside, gets to the 20, and gets flipped over end, and comes down at the 22-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Waynesville Tigers.
Yeah, that was a good return to get us started. Took the left side. We're going to come back out with our regular guys offensively, minus the guys that Marv said at the beginning.
Okay, so they're going to put this at the 24-yard line. So we got a couple of extra yards actually where Cavalier came down. It will be Michael Lewis. He will be quarterback in this team. Shane Butler-Lawson on one side and Desmond Dawkins on the other, and we saw this combination work pretty well last week against the Rolla Bulldogs. And we'll set up that offensive line for the Tigers. Tim Breck will center the ball again, and he'll snap it to Lewis, who works out of the pistol formation. Now he changes. It. Yep. Now he changes the play. They're going to have to snap it.
Nope.
And
they didn't get it off.
Nope. They didn't get it off. Well, they didn't throw a flag. There is no flag on the field. We're going to lose 2 yards on the play. Butler Lawson just he thought the play clock had run out, and he kind of just stood there, and he wasn't ready for the handoff.
We did not get a penalty on that, and it slowed everybody down, but we did get 2 yards.
So the ball at the 26-yard line. No, let's see. No, that's at the 21. We lost.
Well, Sheen had his helmet knocked off, so he had to come out that play.
Okay, we lost a couple of yards on that one. Back to the 21 we go.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. It makes it second down now and 12. Lewis back to throw, and here it comes. A screen pass, and the West Plains Scissors were ready for it.
Yes, they were. They were sitting right there. They had their rush going. The linebacker sat right on Dawkins.
Desmond said, let's not do that play again. That hurt.
I don't like that one.
He caught that. He had to jump up in the air to catch it, and he got popped when he was coming down, and they laid him out on his back.
They sure did. Good fundamental defense right there. Everybody does their job.
So another loss of 2 brings up third down now, and about 13 for the Tigers. Ball on the other side of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Lewis rolls back to throw. He breaks one tackle. He's got some running room, and he is going to take off and run. Lewis is at the midfield, at the 30, at the 35, and Michael Lewis at the 50. He's got a couple of blockers in front of him. He may go to the house. He is going to be wrapped up and dropped at the 8-yard, inside the 10. Let's see, they're going to mark this thing at the 14-yard line is where Michael Lewis gets popped. Again, that play looked like nothing was going to happen in that backfield, and Michael Lewis, with his speed, able to cut it to the right-hand side, up the middle, and then cut it to the left side of the field, and down the sideline he went. He had a couple of blockers in front of him, Shane, but that just didn't materialize. And West Plains, they've got speed, too, and they were able to catch up.
Well, the West Plains over-pursued hard on that side, and when he made the cutback, he didn't have anywhere to go but the grass. He got a 66-yard gain on that.
First and 10 for the Tigers. Ball on the 14-yard line of the West Plains Scissors. Point set goes in motion. Butler Lawson gets the ball. It comes loose, and the Tigers fumbled it away. That ball hit Butler Lawson on his knee as he was coming to take the handoff. Low handoff, and it popped loose. Now, Butler Lawson comes up with the football. There is no indication that the Tigers have lost the football. They will keep the football. What a job by Shane Butler Lawson. I don't know how in the heck he got that football back.
Well, when you're down there in the scrum, there's all kinds of stuff going on down there, and he just went and fought for it and got it back. Good job by Sheen.
That ball went on the other side of the offensive lineman and into West Plains territory, and Butler Lawson somehow came up with it, so the Tigers retain possession of the football. This one hand off to Dawkins. He will go nowhere. He is still on his feet, and finally he is going to be brought down. They'll lose 2 yards on the play.
They got him back to the original line of scrimmage, so they did give him his forward progress. I don't know how, but they sure did.
So it'll be second and 10 ball on the 14-yard line right now of the third. Scissors.
It'll be third and 10.
Yeah, third and 10. So let's see what we do have a field goal kicker.
We do.
We got a little wind here. I don't know whether Coach Haynes will go for a field goal this early in the game or not. We'll see what happens. Butler Lawson is a lone setback. Lewis keeps the ball. He rolls to the outside. The little left-hander is going to keep it. Now he's going to try to get inside the 10, but the West Plains Scissors, good pursuit, and they will drop him at the 9-yard line. Brings up a fourth down now, and fourth and about 7 to go. But the Tigers are going to bring Choi on the field, and we are going to have a field goal attempt for Waynesville.
I think that's a good idea. Get the points when you can get them. Choi showed a lot of confidence out of Choi last week and the week before, especially against Central. Wow, he kicked that one extra point at almost 40 yards. And that was a good sign for him, so let's hope he gets started on the right foot right here.
So the Tigers take the opening drive all the way down to the 10-yard line of the West Plains Scissors. And Aaron Choi in for the attempted field goal. Penalty flag flies. The kick is good. However, a penalty flag on the right side of the field, and we may back the Tigers up 5 yards. Choi had plenty of room. Now, if this is on West Plains,
then the kick should be good.
Well, if it's on West Plains, that's a 5-yard penalty offside on the Scissors. That's a 5-yard penalty, Shane. That may be enough for a first down.
I think we're going to be a little bit short, but now it's going to be decision time for Coach Haynes. Put it on the 5.
They're going to put it on the 5, and we are going to be very close to a first down.
He put 4th down.
Okay.
We're 1 yard. We're about a half yard short.
Yep.
What are we going to do? And he's going for it.
All right, so they're bringing Choi off the field, bringing Butler Lawson back on. Also coming on the field for the Waynesville Tigers is Jalen Andrews. He'll work it to the outside. 12 seconds left. He gets the call from the sidelines.
Get a timeout.
He's going to have to hurry. 4 seconds left, and Coach Haynes has just called a timeout. Good call at this point in time. You're down there. You want to make sure you have got your T's crossed, your I's dotted, and the Tigers did not.
Well, he made that decision right at the end, called the offense back on. They didn't. There was 4 or 5 of them wanted one thing, 4 or 5 wanted the other. Good call by Coach Haynes, especially in the first half.
Back in a moment.
KOZQ 102.3 FM, Waynesville, St. Robert, Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Get Napa know-how at St. Robert Auto Supply off Missouri Avenue in St. Robert, and get the good stuff 7 days a week.
Our game also brought to you by Clayton Homes in Lebanon, with an office on Highway Double M. Also by Air Serve Heating and Air, serving Pulaski and surrounding counties. Back here, Marv Luton along with Shane McPherson. Waynesville has the ball. 4th down and about a half a yard to go. The ball is spotted at the 5. They need to get down to the 4.5 to pick up the first down.
Well, you know, you're thinking 2 things here. Do you want to try to freeze them again and maybe get West Plains to jump a little bit? Or do you just go with, are you going to go with Sheen? Are you going to go with Dawkins? Or are you going to go with a little play action in Lewis? Maybe the throwback might be in order.
How about a quarterback sneak?
Well, when he's only a $120, that's going to be a tall order, but he might do it.
It will be a tall order, and that's what they're going after. Quarterback sneak, and I don't think the Waynesville Tigers got it. They are going to mark this thing at around the 5-yard line, just inside the 5. West Plains said they stopped them. We'll have to find out. The Scissors hold. So the Scissors will take the ball over. The Tigers did not get it on the quarterback sneak, and Shane, you were right. Just a little. I mean, the Tigers' offensive line, they pushed.
Well, he had 2 linemen right in the A gap, and he had a linebacker right on the 0 right there. When you've got that, they're going to both crush that center, and they're going to go right for the knees on that on Lewis, and they sure did that. And then as he tried to lunge forward, here came the linebacker and pushed him back. So it's just one of those. If Lewis would have got under it, he'd have probably got the half yard, but he just couldn't get under it, and it's West Plains ball. No damage.
First and 10 now on the Scissors 5-yard line. West Plains with the ball, and the handoff is right away is going to Lidgard, and Lidgard was grabbed by the ankle. I'm not sure who made the grab on that as they were going to the outside. If that gentleman will turn around.
No, he won't.
That was, okay. That was York on the play. Jacob York had a big game last week against the Rolla Bulldogs.
And sure did.
Lidgard again going to the outside. They grabbed an ankle. It's going to be 2nd down now and a couple to go. And Lidgard will take it again. He'll go to the outside, and he is loose. He is chased by Dawkins, and he will cut it back to the 40, down to the 30, and he'll be hauled down. A huge gain that time for the West Plains Scissors, and their speedy running back, Braden Lingard, takes the ball all the way down to the Waynesville Tigers 30-yard line.
That's a 52-yard run. He just found out that he can't outrun us.
But there is a flag, and it's coming back. It is a holding penalty on the West Plains Scissors. The hold is at the 35-yard line, and it was the offensive receiver who held one of the Waynesville Tigers D-backs as Lidgard broke it to the outside. And that is the holding penalty. It's out there at the 36, and that is going to bring the ball back to around the 20. They're going to spot it around the 26-yard line.
So they gave him 7 yards on that.
That'll still be a first down.
Yes, it will be.
Because the play happened well down the field. So instead of the big gain, It turns into be a short little gain, but enough for a first down for the Scissors. Back to throw. Is the quarterback. Now he tucks it, and he will be nailed. Gain of very little on the play. The quarterback is Connor Rackley. And Rackley, you will hear Rackley's name and Lidgard's name quite a bit because those are the two who make up a lot of the offense on this Scissor team.
Right, yeah, he doesn't have a whole lot of carries, and he got none on that, so we're 2nd down and 10 here.
Ball still at the 26-yard line. And in motion, and here's a counter play. Goes to the outside, and this is the second back through. Still on his feet, down to the 40, and he is going to be hauled down inside the 40, down to the 33-yard line. No, that's Lidgard again.
Yep.
I thought they handed it off to the other one, but they actually, the other one was in front of Lidgard, and he was in front doing the blocking. So Lidgard takes it all the way down to the Waynesville Tiger 37-yard line. It's 1st and 10 for the Scissors.
That's a 43-yard gain, which would make him at 59 and 3 carries.
Getting ready for the snap, and here it is. Lidgard again to the outside. I'll tell you what, that power sweep to the left is just killing the Waynesville Tiger team.
Yeah, it sure is. That's another gain of 15.
That's another first down. Their 3rd first down here on this drive. And everything has been to the left.
The cardio on these West Plains kids must be incredible. He's got 4 carries. He's at 75 yards. They haven't done anything but give him the ball.
Connor Rackley hands off, and Lidgard runs left. He follows his blockers through, and that's pretty much been this drive. And now another handoff. This one is Lidgard again on a counter, and he'll get it up the middle off the right-hand side. Gets it inside the 25, down to the 20 is where they're going to spot this. And is that enough for a first down? No. It's only going to pick up 5 on the play.
He was going to lose 4 and then made 5 on it. He's got such good moves.
He got popped in the backfield, and he got loose.
Yes, he did.
Got to wrap him up. And the Tigers didn't do it that time.
Well, it looked like they were going to give it to 42. We tackled him pretty easy and tackled.
Yeah, but unfortunately we tackled the guy without the ball.
Right.
Here's Lidgard up the middle this time, and he's got a little running room. He runs into a couple of his own blockers, scoots it to the outside, and gets into the – did he make it into the end zone? Touchdown for the Scissors as Lidgard goes in.
Wow.
With 5:08 left to go here in the opening quarter.
Had 6 carries in that series and got 100 yards.
So the Scissors on top by the score of 6-0 on the Lidgard run of 20 yards. In to boot the ball is Cressman. Snap is good, kick is up, and it is good. It's 7-0. The Scissors on top of the Waynesville Tigers. Tigers get the ball when we come back.
King Auto Glass. Certified pros working hard for you. We'll fix it right. We'll come to you free, and we'll give you a lifetime guarantee. We've been around for 3 generations, doing our best work every day. Auto Glass is our only business, not a sideline. King Auto Glass.
Marv Luton, Shane McPherson back with you here at West Plains in Howell County as the Waynesville Tigers took their opening drive all the way down to the West Plains 5-yard line and turned it over on downs on a 4th and short. The Scissors picked up the ball at the 5-yard line and marched it 95 yards to pay dirt as Braden Lingard, went into the end zone from the 20 on their opening possession.
I said he had 100 yards, but obviously he only had 95 because that was where they started, and he had all 95 on the drive.
Well, actually, probably if you count all the ones that were the yards that were brought back on that holding penalty, he probably had about 110 or 120.
Easy.
And here's Cressman getting ready to boot it away. He kicks this thing deep, and this thing is out of the end zone. What a foot on that young man.
That's a weapon.
That is a line drive that almost made it all the way out of the end zone. One hop, and it scoots onto the track.
Well, we're going to see how we come out this series. You know, that was a letdown for us, but we did prove to ourselves that we can move the ball on these guys. If we can move the ball this series, our confidence can only go up once again.
But it took a big play by Mike Lewis to have that happen. So let's see if we can get some other players involved here in the offense besides just the quarterback running for his life.
Well, you know, like you and I talked on the way down, when you play big teams like this, ranked teams like this, you've got to have some big plays to take the wind out of their sails a little bit. Maybe that did, maybe it didn't. We'll have to wait and see how it takes care of it all.
So we have a referee's timeout on the play. I don't know if they have the ball spotted at the wrong place. Looks like they're, they're picking the ball up, and they're going to move it to the other hash mark, to the opposite side of the field.
Must have been on that side when it went through. I don't know.
I have no idea. So he was tackled, I guess, on this side of the field. In the backfield for the Waynesville Tigers is Desmond Dawkins. Aaron Imperato lines up wide to the left. They've got Deuces wide, Deuces right, Deuces left, and in motion is Ash. Here's a little flare pass out to, it looks like that is Imperato. No, let's pick
number
that up.
80.
That is Cavalier, who catches the ball, and he gets popped.
Yes, he did.
Did he get a couple of yards on the play? Maybe 2. That was a little
wide,
3. Yeah, wide receiver screen that time.
Yeah, which they read rather well.
It's hard to pick up the number either. Number 80, which is Cavalier, or 88, Anthony Bledsoe. Both pretty good receivers for the Waynesville Tigers. When they get the ball, trips to the left. Now Ash again goes in motion. Here's a snap out of the hands of Lewis. He's running. He is going to take it. He is going to keep it. He's going to get to the 25-yard line before being dropped, and that's going to be shy of a first down. It's going to bring up about a 3rd and about 3 for the Waynesville Tigers. They need to get this ball out to about, and where we're at right, you know, our vantage point, this is, we are on the opposite side of the field from where the yard markers are. So they're right in front of us. We don't have enough players on the field.
Now we do.
Now we do. Again, this shift in offense, sometimes these kids get a little confused.
Kind of this flex bone look right here.
Lewis is the corner. That's Imperato as the quarterback right now for the Tigers. He rolls to the outside, and he will keep it. He'll cut upfield. He's got some room to the 40-yard line. Still on his feet. He goes out of bounds at the 45-yard line for the Waynesville Tigers. Again, switching the quarterbacks from Lewis to Imperato. Again, Imperato's got some speed. He's got a little bit more, shall we say, girth to him than Mike Lewis. Mike's a little guy. You know, Imperato is got a little bit more body to him, and he can get to the outside, and both of them can run fast.
Well, you know, the one thing about it is Mr. Lewis has 5 carries. He's at 90 yards already. I mean, you know, I think that they didn't put it into the equation that he can run, and he's proven to him that he can.
Yep, and he is back in the game now. So is Butler Lawson. Back to throw is Lewis. Lawson, beautiful pass right across the middle, but the ball is taken out of the hands of the receiver. I think the receiver for the Waynesville Tigers, that was Jalen Andrews. He got hit, the perfect pass, and he went down to the ground, and West Plains ripped the ball out of his hands. I think he was on the ground. That should be a catch for the Waynesville Tigers and a Tiger first down.
It should be.
But
where are we? We're in Howell County.
We're in Howell County.
They got to call it. They already called it dead. So they did call it. It was a completion for 11 yards.
Okay. So it will be another first down for the Tigers. They're going to have to move the sticks.
What a pretty ball, Mr. Lewis.
Yeah, that was a bullet right across the middle of the field. We don't use the middle of the field enough, as far as I'm concerned, but that time he threw into some double coverage, but he threaded the needle and put it right on the money for Andrews, who was hit immediately, and then the ball stripped from him, but not before his body hit the ground. 1st and 10 for the Tigers in Zizzer territory at their 48. Back to throw. Lewis rolls to the outside. He gets front. He gets the winner to 1, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4 more Zizzers coming up, and he took a pounding that time.
He certainly did. Lost.
That's one thing about this defense for the Zizzers. You can get away from one, but the rest of these long-haired country boys, again, they all got a lot of them have hair hanging out of the back of their helmets, and they are coming on blitzes.
And Coach Harry doesn't have any hair. He's probably jealous.
Probably so. He says, I'll let him grow it. Who cares? Deuces left, deuces right for the Tigers. 2nd down now and about 20. Back to throw is Lewis. Here come the Scissors. Lewis cuts it up the middle, and there is just nowhere to go.
Yeah, they're paying a little more attention to him now.
He thought he had a little running room. He picked up about 2 yards on the play. Brings up a third down now and about 17 for the Tigers. They need to get the ball down to the West Plains 37-yard line, and right now they're on their own 45.
I'd say you look for a blitz out of West Plains on this. I'm sure Coach Haynes is getting ready for that. 44 seems to be one of their blitz guys. Their two outside defensive ends / outside linebackers are very built for speed. 13's a speedy guy.
7-0, the Scissors on top, scoring on their opening drive. Waynesville Tigers took their opening drive down to the 5-yard line and gave it over to the Scissors on a 4th and short. This is the Tigers' second possession, and Coach Haynes has to call another timeout because his Tigers were not prepared. So we've already burned 2 timeouts here in the opening quarter of this football game. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Offers associate and bachelor degree programs at their Fort Wood Campus Center. Additional degree programs are available entirely online. Courses can be completed in 8-week sessions rather than the traditional 16-week semester. Sessions start 5 times a year, giving you multiple entry points. Park also offers additional graduate and certificate programs online. Military and civilians are welcome. Application fees are waived for military personnel. Park accepts VA benefits, tuition assistance, financial aid, and payment plans are available. Park University, a regionally accredited non-profit university. Save time, save money, accelerate your education. 329-2798 or go online, park.edu/go. Leonard Wood.
Back here, Marv Luton along with Shane McPherson. How confusing is it over there in the sidelines for these kids when the coaches keep juggling players in and out as much as we do?
Right, and we do throw a lot of different sets, and they do want to check the defense, and Coach Haynes had him over there, and he was telling me we need to watch the clock management better. That's Coach Haynes. He took the blame for that, not to try to shake or rattle Mr. Lewis at all, and I think that was a good timeout, even though we didn't want to take it.
Deuces left, deuces right for the Tigers again. 3rd and 17. Lewis back to throw. He fires this thing down the field, and it's more of a wounded duck. The ball goes incomplete as Bledsoe high up in the air and almost out-jumped his defender to pull that ball down, but it came up a little short, and Anthony is a little upset at himself.
Yeah, he didn't get the good throw on that, and it kind of wounded duck look a little bit, but he did have him beat.
Yeah, if he could have had a little bit more oomph on that. So it's a 4th down now for the Tigers, and Choi is back to boot it away. He'll kick it from the 35, and this thing goes almost straight up in the air. Let's hope the Tigers get a good bounce with this thing, and they don't. That thing is going to die at the 34-yard line of the West Plains Scissors. So let's see, the line of scrimmage was the, the 47.
Right.
And they are going to put it in play on their 35-yard line. That ends up being about a 17-yard kick. Not a good one for Aaron Choi.
Well, you know, West Plains set the house, so as soon as he had a one-step kick there, Choi just to get it off was a good job. But a 17-yard is not going to be good for us as far as giving them field position.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Scissors. Again, on their own 35-yard line. Again, in the backfield is Rackley and Lidgard. Lidgard, the lone running back, and he will take the handoff. Up the middle he goes for about a gain of maybe 2 on the play. Good defense that time by the Waynesville Tigers. Aaron McDaniel, he is slow getting up, and he might have taken a knee.
Boy, that's not good news because that's our kid right there.
Yeah.
We don't like to see him down.
McDaniel, again, very good player for the Waynesville Tigers, and he is out there. And finally, Cheryl Cawley, the trainer, is going out. I don't see any of the coaches going out. I see the West Plains trainer also makes his way to the mid part of the field. I couldn't see exactly what happened down there, but from the indication, the way the running back Lidgard went down, he lunged forward. He got tripped, and he might have lunged right into the leg of Aaron McDaniel.
Well, Lidgard went low. Aaron went low. And somebody got the worst of that. The guy on the field is the guy who got the worst of it, and Mr. McDaniel.
We will take a break, and while they attend to Aaron McDaniel on the field, and we will be right back.
This is the Pepsi that your father drank and your grandfather drank.
When I was your age, we were.
This is the Pepsi that your Uncle Ted drank when rock sounded like this. Pepsi for American pastimes. Whether you're tailgating at a speedway or courtside watching your favorite player make a breakaway,
He scored!
this is the Pepsi for those who are forever fun. This is the Pepsi for every generation.
Real estate made easy with Team Ellis at RE/MAX. Lisa Ellis has been selling real estate in the Waynesville, St. Robert, Fort Wood area for over 20 years. She knows the area as well as anyone in real estate, and with the revolving doors in a military market, Team Ellis at RE/MAX stays on top of their game, and that in turn helps you out, the buyer or seller. Contact Team Ellis at 320 Eichard Avenue in the Townfield Plaza, Suite X.
We're back. Marv Luton, Shane McPherson, 7-0. Scissors on top of the Waynesville Tigers. Scissors with the football, 1:18 left to go here in the opening quarter. The ball on the Scissor 43-yard line. Aaron McDaniel helped off the field with a couple of his players. Lidgard, again, off to the races to the left-hand side of the field. He'll be hauled down at the 40-yard line of the Waynesville Tigers, but another flag, and that could be another holding penalty on the Scissors.
Yep, sure is.
So that is 2 10-yard penalties on the Scissors, and both of them have hurt. That moves them back. That erases a nice, 20-yard gain on the play. I think it made it down to the 40-yard line from 140 to the other. And that is going to bring the ball back to the 30-yard line. So it is going to bring up a second down now, and actually about 22 for the Scissors. And here is
Lidgard. No,
that wasn't Lidgard that time. That was a snap out of the Wildcat.
45.
Yeah, that was. We told you that he may get a few calls here, and that is David Cobb, or Daniel Cobb rather. Cobb usually a receiver. But he took the snap on that one and rolled to the outside for the gain on the play. He gained about 5 yards, brings up a third down now and about 8. Here is Lidgard again, off to the races again. He's got some room to the 40-yard line of the Tigers. He is being chased and pushed out of bounds at the 20-yard line. And again, I believe that was Desmond Dawkins on the outside. Dawkins again with some speed, able to knock him out of bounds at the. Let's see where they're say it's at around the 28, at about the 20-yard line.
30,
see where they
at the 20, right?
So pushed out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Another first down for the West Plains Scissors. Again, it is Lidgard to the left, and it has worked wonders for this team. Rackley back to throw, and he completes the pass down to the 10, inside the 10, and this is one to his big tight end. That is number 75, and that is Weston Beard. And Beard, one of the offensive linemen also. Oh, excuse me, that's 45, not 75. So again, that is Daniel Cobb on the catch for the Lebanon Yellow Jackets. Yellow Jackets. How about the West Plains Scissors?
How about them?
Wish I was in Lebanon. No, we took a bad beating there.
No, don't want to get you there either. Got 9 yards on that.
So it brings up a first and goal to go inside the 10-yard line for the Scissors. Here's a counter play to Lidgard, and he will go into the end zone untouched from the 9. How did he get he followed his blockers through and then skipped around him.
Yep.
So a 9-yard touchdown run to Lidgard. And the Scissors are on the board again, makes it 13-0 here in this contest.
They're not taking much time to score either.
No. Into the game for the extra point attempt is Trey Cressman. Holder is Jacob Ackerson. Snap is good. The kick is up, and it is off to the right. So the kick is no good. 13-0. The West Plains Scissors on top of the Tigers. Waynesville gets the ball when we return.
Colleges are notorious for charging fees, application fees, book fees, technology fees, graduation fees. Well, you get the point. At Columbia College, we came up with a better way. No fees, no book costs, and no surprises. That's the truth. We call it Truition. Learn more at fortwood.ccis.edu. That's fortwood.ccis.edu.
Well, Waynesville will get the ball, and that will be the end of the first quarter. There's 5 seconds left on the clock. So the Scissors go in from the 9 with 5 seconds left on the clock, and Cressman back on the field to boot it away to the Tigers. Deep for Waynesville is A.J. Martin and Shane Butler Lawson.
Got to make a statement this drive.
Tigers have been able to move the ball, just have been giving it up. And here's a shot, and this one will go out of the end zone or over the head of Martin and roll out of the end zone. So the Tigers will have it for one play on offense, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line with 5 seconds left to go here in the opening quarter.
Well, we got to make a statement this drive here. We need to keep moving the ball as we have been, But this drive, I think we need to put some points on the board if we want to have any chance with these guys tonight.
Yeah, well, you know, like the coach said, one haymaker is not going to do it here.
Right.
You have to keep coming and keep coming. And the Tigers have been able to move the ball.
Just not been able to sustain it.
Exactly right, and not making it into the end zone. Lawson and Dawkins are the 2 backs, and here's a counter. It goes to Lawson. He will get cut to the outside, and he gets knocked in. Man,
Boy, I'll tell you what, they hit.
Yeah, they hit hard, and I thought that might have got him in the knee, but Butler Lawson popped right back up. No gain on the play.
And not to keep talking good about these guys, but, boy, that was a nice form, too. I mean, he wasn't trying to really be nasty about it or anything like that. He just made a good form tackle.
And that's the end of the opening quarter, 13-0. Scissors on top. We're back with quarter number 2 in a moment.
In the middle of the beautiful Ozarks.
I'm in one of the most exciting phases of my life.
But it's definitely time to relocate to a place of my own.
Somewhere I can power nap in peace.
Where I can have my buddies over anytime I want.
Somewhere close to where I need to be when I need to be there.
I wonder what my housing options are.
Alford Beatty Communities offers move-in ready 2, 3, and 4-bedroom homes in both single-family and townhome styles. Located in Fort Leonard Wood in Missouri, our residents enjoy a secure and comfortable hometown environment with the convenience of 24-hour maintenance, lawn care services, and community events. For more information, call Balfour Beatty today at 573-329-1013.
Well, we are back as we enter quarter number 2 with the Scissors on top of the score of 13-0, and not good news for Aaron McDaniel. Over on the sideline, he is in front of us down there on the bench, and he's got ice on that right knee. And again, I'm just thinking that's what I saw was a helmet go into his knee as he was trying to make the tackle. Again, his lid guard lunged forward. So Waynesville will have the ball. 2nd down now, and about 8 for the Tigers. Back to throw is Lewis. He's got plenty of time now. He throws into double coverage.
Great catch
by the Tigers at the 50. And again, on the run is Josh Ash. He busts a couple of tackles, still on his feet. Finally, he'll be hauled down.
What a great catch.
At the 15-yard line. That ball was tipped. Now, I'm not sure who tipped it, whether it was the Zizzer defender who tipped it or whether it was one of the Waynesville Tigers, but Ash was on the other side, and he caught the ball. We have a flag at the 35-yard line. I believe that is going to be after the catch. It probably will be against the Waynesville Tigers for a block in the back. That's usually what happens when or a face mask penalty on Lebanon or on West Plains.
So we got 5 more. So that's going to be that's a 70-yard throw. 70-yard on that game.
And you can thank Josh Ash for most of that.
That's his first catch of the year, isn't it?
I believe so. And he leaped up in the air, another Tiger first down. So now let's see if we can get that ball in the end zone. We have it on the Zizzer 11-yard line. In motion, and here is the jet sweep and in the hands down to the inside the 5-yard line. Again, that's A.J. Martin on the carry for the Waynesville Tigers. They get it inside the 5 down to about the 3-yard line, I think is where they're going to mark it.
Yeah.
So is that going to be a first down for the Tigers?
Short a little bit. 1 yard.
Tigers need to get it down to the 1 yard line. Looks like they're back at the 3 is where where they're spotting this. So it's going to bring down a second down now for Waynesville, with about 2 yards to go.
Straight eye look.
In the backfield is Sheen Butler-Lawson. He's the deep back. He takes the handoff, rolls to the outside, punishes one, two, trying to tackle him. He gets to the 1 yard line. We've got some trash talking going on down there.
But I think we got the first down.
Let's see if they indicate a first down for the Waynesville Tigers.
Nope, he's about a half yard short again.
Okay, so that brings up a third and 1 now. Ball on the 2. Lewis back into the game at the quarterback position. The up back for the Tigers is Deontay Garland. The deep back now is Dawkins. He will take the handoff, and he will be met at the 4 yard line and driven backwards.
He lost 2 on that.
Coming up was Cole Taylor on the hit that time for the Lebanon, or for the West Plains Scissors. I'm going to get this Lebanon thing out of my head here before the game is over, I hope. So it's going to be, again, 3rd and 1 for the Tigers. The ball on the 1 yard line. Shouldn't this be a 4th down?
Yeah, it is 4th down.
Okay, yeah.
We got Emperado came in.
4th and 1 on the 1.
Emperado's in at quarterback.
He'll work from the gun. Sheen Butler-Lawson is behind him. Tigers have men in motion. Everybody is set. Emperado will look back over to the coach. He will change the play at the line of scrimmage. In motion is Bledsoe.
Oh, they're going to go Wildcat.
They're going Wildcat. Sheen Butler-Lawson gets the handoff now. A little flare. Flicker to the outside. It's in the hands of Martin, and the West Plains Scissors read it. We just cannot get into the end zone on this team. That was Kevin Poinsett who took the pitch. Came around from on an end around. Little flea flicker play for the Waynesville Tigers did not work. That is 3 times we have been stopped on a 4th down in the red zone of the West Plains Scissors.
Yeah, it was a reverse pass. He was looking to throw that ball into the end zone, and when he saw that they had him well covered there in the end, that was one of those things right there where he's looking to throw it, but he couldn't, and then they collapsed on him. And once again, like you said, Marv, another opportunity missed. That's 3 opportunities missed for us, but inside the red zone, let's give West Plains their due. They're pretty tough with their defense inside the red.
They have been pretty tough all year, apparently, against most teams they've played. They lead this 13-0, and they have the football, again, deep in their own territory at their 4 yard line. And here is Lidgard again. He takes it to the outside. No, this is the quarterback on the run. That time, that is Rackley.
Rackley, yeah, number 18.
Rackley brings it all the way out to the 29 yard line. That'll pick up another first down for the Scissors. Good fake that time to Lidgard.
Well, you got to know that there were probably a bunch of guys watching him. So that's a 24-yard gain. Yeah, that was a good call.
So Rackley, he will take his seat on the sideline, and he will take a break. No, that is...
Yeah.
I believe that is Markak taking the break that time. Pass across the middle.
You go.
Poinsett picks it off at the 50-yard line. He's down to the 40-yard line, and he'll get run out of bounds at the 39. So Kevin Poinsett comes across the middle and picks off the pass for the Waynesville Tigers. So that stalls not only stalls, but gives the ball back to the Waynesville Tigers on a turnover now. Let's see if we can put some points on the board. Good field position at the 39-yard line of the Scissors.
Right, and, Kevin read that really well. In fact, I think he baited Rackley on that just a little bit to have him throw that ball because he was, as soon as he threw it, he broke on it, and he had an easy pick on that.
So the Tigers bring their offense back on the field. Aaron Emperado is quarterbacking the team now. Giving Lewis a little bit of a break. Sheen Butler-Lawson again in the backfield. Tigers stack it up with 2 fullbacks in front And Lawson has a little running room, cuts it up the middle, still on his feet, breaks another tackle, breaks a third tackle, inside the 30 down to the 26-yard line. Making the 27 to say where his knee went down. Good run that time by Butler Lawson. That time, Shane, he had some blockers in front of him. And
created about 6 of those yards on his own. You know, he's shifty, and he got an 11-yard gain out of it, and we moved the sticks right away. Good news.
That is the 5th first down for the Waynesville Tigers. Ball at the 27-yard line of the Zizzers. Again, full house backfield for the Tigers out of the pistol formation.
Aaron on an end around.
And he looked, he had some blockers in front of him, but he ran in front of his blockers. Aaron, you need to stay behind. Let your blockers do the work for you, son. Aaron, he saw a little opening, though, and he cut.
Right.
But the Zizzers sewed it up real quick.
They sure did. Here comes Lewis back in the game.
No gain on the play that time. 2nd and 10 now for the Tigers. Ball still on the 27-yard line of the West Plains Zizzers. Waynesville with the football, trailing 13-0 here in the game. Tigers just picked off a pass from Rackley. Lewis back to throw, and he breaks one tackle, but he won't break anymore. He was slowed down at that time by Brady Robbins, and then had a little help from some of his teammates, and they came up there and just buried Lewis. That's a big loss on the play for the Tigers.
Little help from his friends.
It's about a 7-yard loss. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 17 now for the Tigers. Let's see where they are going to spot this ball back around the 33-yard line. So Matt makes it 3rd and about 17. Again for the Tigers with Lewis in the backfield. Lewis at the pistol formation. Lawson in the backfield. Ball is snapped a little high. Lewis grabs it, bounces it off the ground, and then he is going to be wrapped up and brought down back at the 43-yard line. That's going to be another loss of 10 yards on the play for the Tigers, and the Tigers are going the wrong way.
Yes, they are, in a big hurry, too.
This Zizzer defense, again, they are all over the place.
Yeah, they got 3 sacks for 30 yards so far in this first half. Got Choi back out here again. Is that Choi?
Yep.
Okay, because it looks like Imperato to me.
Well, you're right. It is Imperato. Is he back to kick this ball?
Apparently so.
Apparently he is, and this kick is a good one. It's going to be fielded at the 10-yard line and brought forward for about 10 yards on the play, but I saw a yellow flag somewhere.
Okay, it was right here. So either be us offsides or them offsides.
And it is going to be on the Waynesville Tigers.
And he's going to take the ball. They'll decline.
So, okay, illegal motion on the Tigers declined. So the West Plains will have the football again, 1st and 10 on their 20-yard line, leading this 13-0 with 6:11 left to go in the first half of this football game.
Well, it looks like they're not in West Plains. It's not changed a bit. They've got the same kind of set. Only the only difference is, well, there he goes.
Yeah.
He was off on the wing. Now he's in the backfield.
And Lidgard will take the handoff. Up the middle he goes. He's got a little running room. Cuts it to the outside. A little blocker in front of him. And now he just mows over one of the Waynesville Tigers trying to tackle him. That was Walter Payton-ish when he laid the helmet down and just buried one of his would-be tacklers. And he gets it all the way down to the 40-yard line of the Waynesville Tiger. Well, make it the 47-yard line of the Waynesville Tigers. Another first down for the West Plains Zizzers.
Guys racking up the yards. 177.
And he's got some great blocking in front of him, but when he gets in an open field and somebody comes up and tries to tackle him, he just lets that helmet down and makes him pay to try to tackle him. 1st and 10 for the Zizzers.
You hear about field presence. This kid has one. You can't teach this kind of stuff. He just has it.
And Rackley throws it to the outside. The pass is complete down the middle, or out to the outside, and caught. Let's see who made the catch. That was Lidgard again on the catch for the West Plains Zizzers. Thought we might have a little extracurricular activity going over there on the sideline, but it was just some extra blocking downfield. No flags on the play. Good job by the referees.
Yeah, it almost looked like we could have had a horse collar on that, but he got him in the front, not the back.
So another first down for the Zizzers. And here is a handoff, and we've got a helmet that went flying. Now a penalty flag flies. It's one of the Zizzers helmets.
Let's just hope his head's not in it.
No, it's not. That's one of the long hairs. He flips that hair back and goes to the sideline, puts his helmet on, and we'll have to see what the penalty is all about. The play got it. The play only went for a couple of yards.
You got the way they got it spotted. Went 4
All
yards,
right,
and
they're going to wave the flag off.
Was that Lidgard?
Yes.
Not that I'm surprised.
Yeah, it was Lidgard on a little flare pass that time, but they waved the flag off. They bring the ball down to the 33-yard line. Makes it 1st and 10 for the Zizzers. They pick up another first down on the play. I didn't think they got 10 yards on that one. We are ready to go. Lidgard goes in motion. Now quarterback Rackley back to throw.
They
Screen
got that
pass.
set up.
Yeah, they did. They set it up perfectly. And it's just Cobb with the ball. And he is going to finally be hauled down. Who had him? And they were Michael Cassidy had him, and he was dancing around. Cassidy was, and they just couldn't bring him down. But Cassidy slowed him down long enough for the rest of the Waynesville Tigers to come over there and put the hit on. Now we've got a penalty flag. It was after the ball was on the ground. The ball is marked at the 23-yard line. So the flag went up right in front of the Waynesville Tiger bench. Let's see what the indication is from the referee. We have a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the Waynesville Tigers. So that will mark it up about 10 yards.
That might have been on Malik Hopper.
So there is 5, and there is 10. 10-yard penalty, the first one on the Waynesville Tigers here tonight. Well, the first one that's been accepted. They had one earlier that was declined.
Well, I wish they'd decide, Marv, because they gave him 15 on that. Last week they were giving, I don't know. They gave him 15 on
They did give him 15 on that. Okay, so the unsportsmanlike conduct call penalty, 15 yards. That brings the ball all the way down to about the 11-yard line for the West Plains Zizzers. Rackley gets the call from the sideline. From the coach, hands off to Lidgard. Up the middle he goes, following his blockers inside the 10, down to around the 8-yard line before he is brought down by about 3 of the Waynesville Tigers. Coming out of the game right now for the Tigers is going to be Deontay Garland playing defense now for Waynesville. Of course, I'm sure there's probably some players that are playing in here that probably have not played much in the way of defense this year because of the sickness on the Waynesville Tigers. We've got 4 of them over here on the shelves that are not playing today. And then we had the injury to Aaron McDaniel on top of that. So there's 5 over here. 4 of them are starters for the Waynesville Tigers not playing here in this game. Well, not all starters. Here is Rackley on a quarterback keeper. Will roll to the outside, follows his blockers, and gets it close to the end zone. He is in the end zone. So Rackley goes in. And again, that is from about the 9-yard line. Quarterback keeper. All he did was tuck it and go. 4:57 left to go here in the first half. West Plains Zizzers have added 6 more. It's 19-0 right now.
He just saw the lane and just took it right up and just kind of ran over a couple of our guys.
Cressman in for the extra point attempt. Kick is up, and it is good. So that makes it 20-0. Tigers get the ball when we come back.
Quality and honesty are 2 values customers want and businesses must have. AirServe Heating and Air Conditioning of Waynesville has those values and offers much more. Locally owned and operated, they're your neighbors with finance options and free estimates so you'll know the cost before they start. AirServe is your comfort company, servicing all brands so you're ready for the season. Call 774-7805.
For over 40 years, Made Right in Rolla has been satisfying customers with the best ground meat seasoned to perfection. At Made Right, the loose ground beef is simply too good to be called a patty. And the mouth-watering fried chicken, pulled pork, and steaming chili are a few of the menu items at Made Right. You won't go wrong when you pull into Made Right at 1028 Kings Highway in Rolla, because everything there is always made right.
Well, we're back here. Marv Luton, Shane McPherson. It is 20-0. The Zizzers on top. 4:57 left to go here in the first half. Tigers have had their chances.
Yes, they have.
But they have just not been able to capitalize.
Been in the red zone 3 times so far.
Here is the kick. It is taken at the 10-yard line by A.J. Martin. Martin gets it to the 30-yard line, still on his feet, all the way up to the 35. Zizzers trying to strip that ball from A.J., but he was able to hold on to it. Good return that time by the Tigers. And again, not bad field position at the 35 to start off this drive.
We've been impressive until we get to the red zone. And then it just seems like they tighten up.
Yeah, the red of the Zizzers
tightens up.
Exactly right. You look at those jerseys. That's what they are. They're red pants, and they're black numbers, but they get inside that 20-yard line, or the Tigers get inside the 20, it's a whole different team.
It sure is.
Lewis again, quarterback in the Tigers. He's got Dawkins on one side, Shane Butler Lawson on the other. Dawkins gets the handoff, and he will find nowhere to go. That time wrapping it up. See if we can pick up a number on that. Number 45. Again, that is David Cobb, or Daniel Cobb, rather.
Just for the folks at home, it's really, really tough to see a lot of these numbers and see everybody, because we're kind of on this dark side of the field, and it's pretty tough to see a lot of stuff.
4:19 left to go, 20 or in the first half, 20-0. Zizzers on top. Waynesville with the football on their 35-yard line. Lewis back to throw. He's got time. He whips this thing and throws it right into the hands of one of the Zizzers. Lidgard. He's coming back. No, that's not Lidgard. That is
Rackley.
No, that's the other one. Other the quarterback, Markak. And he'll take it all the way down to the 10-yard line, or 15, before he gets thrown out of bounds. So, again, a turnover for the Tigers.
Yeah, Mr. Lewis just overthrew that ball big time in the free safety. Markak was sitting right back there for it. Was a pretty easy pick.
He picked it off right around midfield and takes it all the way back to the 15-yard line. But they're going to, maybe they say, did he step out of bounds?
Boy, it sure didn't look like he
did. At the 25? That's where all the referees are huddled around right now, is at the 25. I do not see a penalty flag on the field at this point in time. Oh, there it is. It's on the other side. You can barely see it with the glare of the lights shining. It's right around between the 20 and 25-yard line.
Right.
And then there's one right where the referees are standing out there. So there's 2 penalty flags. We're going to have a personal foul on the Zizzers and one on the Tigers. They will negate each other.
Do they replay it down?
Yeah, let's see what we will do.
Well, if it's a roughing, we're going to get the ball back.
So we got a personal foul, roughing the quarterback on one side, and a personal foul on the other.
Roughing the passer, and then we had probably a personal foul on us as well.
Yes, we did.
So it's 2nd down and 10, and we're just replaying the down.
So Tigers coming back out on the field. Ball is on the 35-yard line. Deuces left, deuces right for the Tigers. Lewis is in the backfield. He's got a little help back there, and that is Dawkins. Dawkins will take the handoff. He'll go to the outside. There is just nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. This lateral pursuit on the line of scrimmage by West Plains is outstanding.
Excellent.
He will lose a couple of yards on the play. They'll bring it back to the 34. Make it the 33 is where they'll spot it.
And you know, Dawkins is one of the faster guys we have. And for him to not be able to get outside, that tells you a lot about the defense that we're facing tonight.
3rd and 12 now for the Tigers with 3:20 left to go here in the first half of this football game. Zizzers on top by the score of 20-0.
Same set, one back set.
Lewis drops back, Fires across the middle. It is caught by Poinsett and then dropped. Ball was a little bit behind him. Kevin made an outstanding attempt, but had to slide and not able to come up with it, and that will bring the punting unit on the field for the Waynesville Tigers. And Emperado is back to punt again. I don't know if maybe Choi got hurt.
I don't know.
We've seen nothing but Choi kick most of this year. Emperado will get it back, and he will boot it. It's a line drive kick, and this thing will one hop at the 30-yard line, and it will be the Zizzers with the ball, and we're going to have a penalty flag on the play. I think we're going to have a block in the back on the Zizzers. Somebody, I saw Dominique Garland go flying.
Well, he was talking to number 55 on Waynesville.
Ball at the flag was thrown right at the 40-yard line.
You're right. Marvin
so
was blocking the back.
Blocking the back against the West Plains Zizzers.
So I'm moving back to the 30.
Another 10-yard penalty. That will be the fourth penalty for 35 yards for the Zizzers. So spotted at the 30 with the Zizzers have the ball. 2:57 left to go here in the first half of this football game.
Wonder what they might do, Marv.
I'd say they'll probably give it the number 5. Just a thought there.
Yeah, might.
And Lingard gets the ball, and he rolls to the right this time, and he's got some running room. And he punishes people for trying to tackle him. At that time, I'm not sure which one of the Waynesville Tigers took the punishment. They tackled him at the 50-yard line. He picks up, 17 yards on the play and the first down. That might have been Dawkins over there on the outside or Martin.
I hate to say this, but I believe it was Malik Hopper that took that smash.
And Hopper, he may pay you back before the game gets over.
I'm sure he will, but if he gets another unsportsmanlike, they have to kick him out, don't they?
And here's a pass across the middle. It is complete. Again, it's to their big wideout, and that is Cobb still on his feet as Daniel Cobb finally gets pulled down at around the 28-yard line by the Waynesville Tigers. He will pick up yet another first down.
Yeah, it just now he didn't do well on his passing in the first part of it, but he's getting on track now. A little shorter pass, and Cobb's a big target.
He is a big target, and he just waits. That time he was wide open. He just floats out there in the flat right behind the linebackers and stands there, and we're not picking him up.
Yeah, find him in the middle of the zone. That's what they're doing, just sitting him in the middle.
Rackley again. This will pass to the outside, and this is to their big tight end. This is one of the 6'7" guys, and he will not get. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. That is Garrett Warren, who makes the catch. They're going to give him, you're right, 3 yards on the play. And that was pretty much all Garrett Warren. When he caught the ball, he was well behind the line of scrimmage. And then he carried one of the Waynesville Tiger tacklers with him down about 2 more yards, and that was Martin. And here's the fake on the end around, and back to throw is Rackley. He will dump this thing, and he will throw it incomplete to his intended receiver. That was Lidgard. He threw that ball a little bit behind Lidgard as the Waynesville Tigers were chasing him around in the pocket.
Well, they had that screen set up pretty well, but we did get good pressure on him and made him wait a little bit longer than I think he wanted to, and that's what gave us a good incompletion on that. That was a Tiger defense that made that happen.
So that brings up a third down now and 7 ball on the 25-yard line of the Waynesville Tigers. Zizzers with it and a 20-0 lead in this contest. Lidgard has it, follows his blockers to the outside, still on his feet. He cuts it up the middle. He'll go into the end zone untouched. Lidgard, 25-yard touchdown strike. His third of the game. So with 1:20 left to go here in the first half, the Zizzers have scored again on a 25-yard run by their talented running back, Lidgard.
Yeah, he just saw it. He doesn't hit the hole extremely hard, He just searches for it, but when he sees it, he really jumps.
He cuts loose, and he finds holes that probably most running backs would not find. The extra point is up, and it is good.
Oh, I got that one.
I thought I heard a whistle before the ball was snapped. So extra point is good, makes it a 27-0 ball game. Tigers get the ball when we return.
1911, the first Indianapolis 500 was run. IBM was incorporated. Groundbreaking began for the famed Fenway Park in Boston. The great communicator Ronald Reagan was born, and so was the Bank of Crocker. 107 years later, the Bank of Crocker is still going strong and has grown in more ways than one. They're still your full-service home-owned bank, but with today's latest technology, you can do your banking anywhere in the world and do it from a cell phone. And there's a few more branches on their family tree, with 4 locations in Crocker, Richland, Waynesville, and St. Robert. The Bank of Crocker, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Well, we're back here heading toward halftime. 1 minute, 20 seconds left to go here before the half. The Scissors have stuck their 4th touchdown on the board. It is a 27-0 ball game right now. They will kick the ball off to the Tigers. Cameron Cavalier, Shane Butler Lawson are deep for Waynesville. And Trey Cressman getting ready to boot it away again. Tigers again have had some opportunities, just have not been able to cash in. Cressman puts this one into the end zone. It's another touchback. Ball comes out to the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 for Waynesville. It would be nice to to get that goose egg off the scoreboard.
It sure would. And thing about it is, do we gamble? We don't have anything to lose. Why not?
Down 27-0 with 1:20 left to go.
You got to put points on the board to win.
Somehow, some way. Do you throw a post pattern? Lewis is coming back out. I don't think Lewis has
we go empty backfield.
I don't think he has the. I don't think he has the gun that Emperado has. But I don't think we're going down the field, and we've got movement on the line of scrimmage by the Tigers. I think, illegal procedure. Only the 2nd penalty of the game for Waynesville.
Yeah, but that other one scares me because Malik's really got to keep his head because the last one that we need to lose, if you get that 2nd and sportsman, like you're out for the next game too, and we can't afford to lose him on Glendale. No way.
So trips to the left, 1 to the right. Lewis back to throw again. Had to bobble the snap. The ball goes out of bounds. Attempted catch that time by Jalen Andrews, but he was bobbling it when he got popped and knocked out of bounds. Pass goes incomplete.
Well, you got to catch those. That was a good ball. It was on target. I think he kind of took his eyes off it just at the end. But we've got to make those catches in games like this, that's for sure.
2nd and 15 now for Waynesville after the 5-yard penalty. Ball back at the 15-yard line. Tigers trailing 20-0, trying to do something here before halftime. Lewis lets one fly down the field. Point set. He and the receiver or the defender got tangled up, and that was McGinley. Everybody from Waynesville wants a pass interference. That ball was well overthrown, and not a pass interference call.
No, it was not. And if any pass interference was on, it was probably on point set.
Trying to get by the defender, who he was not on the backside of the defender. And the only way those plays work is if you get on the backside of your defender. And that's not where point set was on that one. So it's 3rd down now for the Tigers, 3rd and 15. Lewis rolls to the outside. He has some running room. He stumbles momentarily, and that cost him. His stumble in the backfield, lost his balance, picked it back up again, but it slowed him down a little bit. And when you have the pursuit, the West Plains Scissors do, you cannot afford to stumble.
That's right.
So that brings up a 4th down now, and the Scissors have just called a timeout with 53 seconds left to go. They're going to get the ball, and they're going to get it. It's a pretty good field position. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back.
With the stress of life today, you owe yourself a good night's sleep. Hi, this is Katrina at Lynch's Furniture and Mattresses in St. Robert. A good night of sleep does wonders for yourself and everybody around you. So stop by and check out over 20 different Serta mattress sets, most in stock in twin, full, queen, and king sizes. The best part, queen-size Serta mattresses start at only $3.99. So for your sake and those around you, get a good night's sleep on a Serta mattress from Lynch's Furniture and Mattresses in St. Robert, or shop online at lynchesfurnitureandappliance.com.
Well, here we are heading to halftime. Tigers are going to have to boot the ball away. to West Plains with 57 seconds left.
Which is a lot of time.
West Plains is going to get the ball in some pretty good field position because the ball right now is on our own 13-yard line.
Well, you know that Coach Airy's going to try to score. He wouldn't call the timeout.
Right.
So they're going to either call for a fair catch. It depends on the punt, of course. But they may call for a fair catch, get no time off, and then try to punch one in.
Choi coming back in to kick for the Waynesville Tigers. He'll be standing near his goal line. Zizzers do not have anybody back. Now they're dropping somebody back. Snap is good. Here come the Zizzers. The punt is up. It's a heck of a punt by Choi. And the ball is caught at the 45-yard line, lunged forward for a couple of yards on the play. And that is Alan Markak on the catch that time. So it's going to be first and 10 for the Zizzers on the Waynesville Tiger 42-yard line. So they do get the ball in some pretty good field position, despite a pretty good kick by Choi.
Sure was. Much better kick by Choi.
So the Zizzers come out. Lidgard is their running back, and alongside him is Cobb.
Not a bad size blocking back right
there. Not at all. Now Lidgard goes in motion, lines up in the slot. Rackley back to throw. He's got time. He'll roll to the right. Now he'll come back to the middle. Now he'll go to the left. And he will tuck it, and he will run, and he will get out of bounds right around the 35-yard line. Make it the 37 is where he ran out of bounds. Stops the clock with 39 seconds left to go here in the first half.
We had good coverage on that. That's kind of like almost a win for us right there. Good coverage. He had nobody at all.
2nd and 6 now after a pickup of 4 yards on the play. Trips right, 1 to the left. Lidgard in the backfield. Rackley at the quarterback. He'll tuck it, and he will get sacked. First time for the Waynesville Tigers making the sack on the play. That is Michael Cassidy in there, as well as Keyshawn Brown for the Tigers.
Called another timeout.
So the Zizzers will burn their second timeout here in the first half of this football game. Take a break, and we'll hear from another one of our fine sponsors.
What if you stepped out of the picture tonight? How would you want to be remembered? And who would make decisions about planning your funeral service? This is Martin Vernon, owner of Memorial Chapels and Crematory. We help families create meaningful services that respect and honor the memory of their loved one's life. At Memorial Chapels and Crematory, we offer our support and guidance when your family needs us the most.
Seller Section is your place to get your next truck during the All-American Sales Event. With discounts and rebates totaling over $12,000 off on 2018 F-150 XLT. There's 0% financing with approved credit, plus up to $3,500 in rebates. And Ford salutes all of our military members, police, fire rescue, and first responders with $1,000 in additional savings. Whether it's half-ton, 3/4, or 1-ton, we are your local truck headquarters. Every new Ford from Seller Station comes with Tires for Life.
Back here, Mark Luton along with Shane McPherson. Here's a reverse. This one goes to, again, Lidgard. He'll roll to the outside. He is going to be hauled out of bounds. That will stop the clock with 25 seconds left to go. He may have picked up a first down. He's going to be very close.
Awful close. But I think they're going to mark him short.
He needs to get down to about the 31.5-yard line. And they're at about the 33. So it brings up a 4th and short now for the West Plains Zizzers. And they will go forward in 4-down territory. Lidgard gets to the outside, has the first down and then some, and he will not make it out of bounds. Yes, he did. They gave him the out of bounds inside the 15 down to about the 12-yard line. That brings up 18 seconds left to go here. And the Zizzers have the ball on the Waynesville Tiger 13. Still time for a touchdown. As Lidgard gets it again, he'll follow some blockers off the right-hand side near the goal line, and he is not there. He gets stopped at the 1-yard line with 11 seconds left to go. They will move the markers.
Yes.
No, they did not pick up the first down. He's just a little shy.
But
the
they
Scissors,
did. Yeah, they
okay,
gave it to
they
them.
did. They just moved it. Okay, the Scissors have just burned their last time out.
They had to.
And we're going to keep it here. Yeah, they would not have made it into the end zone with 11 seconds. They're down on the pretty much the 1 foot line from where that referee has just spotted that ball.
Well, yeah, and plus, you know, when they get the first down, they'll spot it, and then they'll time it in. This way, they don't have to hurry now. He loses his last time out in a good way. They can set up something good here, and hopefully we can get a big stop. Coach Klutz is down there talking to him. I'm sure he's going to go with a goal line 6 front and fire the gaps and tackle them around the ankles.
If you can get Lidgard around the ankles.
I'll tell you what, you got to be ankle biters all day.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, this young man, he is not big.
No, he's not. But he's
I'll
tough.
tell you what, when he puts his helmet down, you try to tackle him, man, he hurts you.
Well, when you run down and you pop Malik Hopper like that, you're a strong young man, because Malik is not a weak man at all.
So it's 1st and goal to go for the Scissors, and here is the throw from Rackley. He throws it all the way across the end zone, wide open. How did anybody?
Play action. They were all looking for.
Well, yeah, everybody was looking for Lidgard, Lidgard. And I'm not sure. Was that Dalton Cox who made the catch?
87.
Oh, it was 87. Okay. That was Garrett Warren. I'm sure that was 27. So Warren on the touchdown, a 1-yard touchdown catch.
And they're going for 2. And you know why.
Oh, yeah, that makes it 35 points. Here is the handoff, and this one end around into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good, and it is 35 to zip here as we have 5.7 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. So a 1-yard touchdown catch. The 2-point conversion is good. It's 35 to nothing. The Scissors on top of the Waynesville Tigers. You know, they were saying, well, why did West Plains, with a 27-0 lead, why didn't they just kind of take a knee with less than a minute left to go and go in? Well, you know, that is a learning moment down the road. The West Plains might need that.
Yeah.
You know, so you just don't take a knee. When you've got the opportunity with under a minute left to go, you have the ball, you have 3 timeouts, you utilize that the best way you know how, and Steve Airy certainly did.
Well, you know, it's just like when we were at Central. We could have scored it well. We tried to call the dogs off a little bit. And the other attitude about it, the other philosophy is you never take an opportunity away to score. And Airy's getting ready for this, you know, postseason. Everything's a teachable moment.
That's right. As this is week number 7. And things are going to get tough in the postseason for the Scissors. Tigers follow the football at the 20, about the 24-yard line. It will be 1st and 10 for Waynesville with 2.5 seconds left to go here in the first half. See if the Tigers do anything or if they're going to just take a knee and go into halftime. I doubt if Joe Haynes is going to take a knee here.
He hasn't all year. I don't see why he'd start now.
So there's some play in that playbook that they have worked on. Lewis comes out at the quarterback position.
West Plains is in their prevent.
They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 players about 10 yards off the line of scrimmage expecting a pass. And Lewis is going to do it. He's going to drop back and throw. He'll roll to the outside, and he will let this one fly. And again, it's a duck. The ball is incomplete, intended for Bledsoe. And now we're going to have some pushing going on. And the referees come in there very quickly, stifle it at halftime, and send the kids to the locker room. Good idea. Heads-up play that time by the referees.
Yeah, good. The referees have done a fine job this first half.
So still goose eggs on the scoreboard for the Waynesville Tigers at halftime. It's a 35-0 lead by the West Plains Scissors, and we'll come back and talk about it here in a moment.
Seller Section is your place to get your next truck during the All-American Sales Event with discounts and rebates totaling over $12,000 off on 2018 F-150 XLT. There's 0% financing with approved credit plus up to $3,500 in rebates. And Ford salutes all of our military members, police, fire rescue, and first responders with $1,000 in additional savings. Whether it's half-ton, 3/4, or 1 ton, we are your local truck headquarters. Every new Ford from Seller Section comes with tires for life. Shop us online at sellersection.com, and remember, Seller Section sells satisfaction.
Park University offers associate and bachelor degree programs at their Fort Wood Campus Center. Additional degree programs are available entirely online. Courses can be completed in 8-week sessions rather than the traditional 16-week semester. Sessions start 5 times a year, giving you multiple entry points. Park also offers additional graduate and certificate programs online. Military and civilians are welcome. Application fees are waived for military personnel. Park accepts VA benefits, tuition assistance, financial aid, and payment plans are available. Park University, a regionally accredited non-profit university. Save time, save money, accelerate your education. 329-2798 or go online, park.edu/go. Leonard Wood.
King Auto Glass, certified pros working hard for you. We'll fix it right, we'll come to you free, and we'll give you a lifetime guarantee. We've been around for 3 generations, doing our best work every day. Auto Glass is our only business,
Not a sideline.
King Auto Glass.
York & Company Pharmacy. Hi, this is Olivia, proud member of the York & Company Pharmacy team in Richland. Over-the-counter medicines can be intimidating. Have you ever wondered what some of them are for? At York & Company, our pharmacist is happy to give his recommendations for anything you may need. Did you know that York & Company Pharmacy also carries a line of Now brand essential oils and diffusers? Essential oils have shown great benefits to the body and the mind. At York & Company, we strive to take care of the whole patient, not just your prescriptions.
York & Company Pharmacy. Switch to the Marys County Bank free mascot checking today and help support your local school. For each active mascot checking account, the Marys County Bank will donate $1 every month to your school. Last school year, the Marys County Bank donated over $39,000 to our participating school districts. Schools supported are Dixon, Vienna, Richland, Lakeway, Stoutland, Crocker, Iberia, Owensville, St. James, Swedberg, Bell, and Fatima. Plus, show your school spirit with your mascot logo on your personal checks and debit cards. With 10 locations in the area, there is a Marys County Bank close to you, or go online to maryscountybank.com. The Marys County Bank, pride in our past, investing in your future. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Well, we are back here at halftime. Marv Luton along with Shane McPherson. It's been pretty much all the West Plains Scissors, at least on the scoreboard. They're leading this 35-0, scoring 13 in the first quarter on a 20-yard run by Brian Lidgard. And that was on their opening drive after the Tigers took the ball on their opening drive and marched it all the way down to the 5-yard line of West Plains. Couldn't get it into the end zone. That was the first trip to the red zone for the Tigers. West Plains took the ball, went 95 yards the other way, and put 6 on the board and then 7 with the extra point. Next time the Tigers got the ball, they marched the ball again down the field. Didn't quite get into the red zone their second time down, but gave the ball back to the Scissors, and then 9-yard touchdown by Brian Lidgard as they went the other way. Made it 13-0. The next 2 times the Waynesville Tigers did get the ball, they marched it down, got it into the red zone 1 after an interception by the Tigers. Just could not stick that ball in the end zone. As Shane and I were saying earlier, the red zone defense for this West Plains Scissors team is very, very good. Their quarterback, Rackley, went in from 9 with 4:57 left to go in the second. And then with 1:20 left to go, a 25-yard run by Lidgard. And then they held the Tigers on a 3-and-out and got the ball back. And with 5.7 seconds left to go at halftime, Warren caught a 1-yard touchdown. No, that was the 2-point conversion, wasn't it?
Right.
Okay. After Lidgard went into the end zone, then they went again got the 2-point conversion. That made it 35-0, and that's pretty much where we stand right now.
Yeah, some stats from the first half. We'll go with ours first. We had 20 carries in the first half for 71 yards. 57 of those yards was by Mr. Lewis. If he wouldn't have been sacked 3 times, he would have had 87 yards. We had 4 for 9 for 82 yards. So we had 153 total. For West Plains, they were 6 for 8 in the passing for 76 yards. They were 23 for 319 yards in the first half. 16 carries by Littgard for 267 yards, which makes a whopping first half total yards of 382. Like Marv said, we were in the red zone 3 times. We were inside the 5 twice. If we could have punched those in, this would be a whole new ball game. But West Plains, got to give them credit as far as their red zone defense. They really tightened up and did a good job. We have glimpses of playing a lot better, as the season's progressed. Tonight, we're just not getting a couple of breaks, and let's give West Plains credit. They're just a pretty good team.
They are a very good football team, and that's why they're 6-0 on the season. That's why they had the mercy clock running on several different teams, including the Lebanon Yellow Jackets. They had the turbo clock, and I didn't think anybody was going to turbo clock Lebanon.
Well, they turbo clocked Camden too.
Right.
So, and I don't think that they've not had a turbo this year. And
it looks like it's going to happen here again tonight because it's a 35-0 lead at halftime.
And I know that, Coach Airy has got to have his you get into this time of the season, and now you start worrying about, okay, now I'm in the second half. Yeah, I'm up 35, but I got to get these kids ready to play a second half of ball game too because, let's be honest, though, all year long at 6-0, they haven't had a whole lot of second halves where it meant anything. So I wouldn't be surprised and don't think it's a classless move for him to bring his first team out in the first couple of drives of that second half in the third quarter to get his guys going, get him running, and then be homecoming and start to enjoy a little bit. But, who knows? Airy's an awful classy guy. He doesn't try to run it up on people. He hasn't all year. He hasn't since he's been here. He's built this program up from, you remember when we used to come down here and they just had nothing going at all. And he's brought this program back, and boy, do the fans come out in droves for it. This place is absolutely jack-packed. A lot of red and black out there. We have a pretty good crowd that's followed us tonight, a long way down here too. The band's out there right now. Girls in pretty dresses, boys in tuxes. It's homecoming for sure.
And they've got quite the court. Well, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and they've already had at least 4 or 5 go over. So they've got about 12 to 15 different escorts, girls in long gowns. So we've got a long halftime program here. I think they put 20 minutes on the clock. We'll hear from some more of our sponsors, and we'll come back and talk again more about this first half in a moment.
This is the Pepsi that your father drank and your grandfather drank.
When I was your age, we were.
This is the Pepsi that your Uncle Ted drank when rock sounded like this. This is the Pepsi for American pastimes. Whether you're tailgating at a speedway or courtside watching your favorite player make a breakaway,
he scores!
This is the Pepsi for those who are forever fun. This is the Pepsi for every generation.
You're listening to KOZQ 102.3 FM, Waynesville, St. Robert, Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Get Napa know-how at St. Robert Auto Supply off Missouri Avenue in St. Robert and get the good stuff 7 days a week. Make plans for the V, Lakeway VFW Post 3168 on the South Outer Road at exit 150 off I-44. A proud supporter of the Lakeway area and the Lakeway youth. The Post is open 7 days a week. Not only will you meet your friends for some refreshments and catching up on the day's activities, there's karaoke, selected nights for bingo, and don't forget their free Senior Citizens Dinner at 12 noon the last Friday of every month. Check out sports on the several TVs. Every day is a good day at the V. Lakeway VFW Post 3168, exit 150 off I-44 on the South Outer Road.
We're back here at West Plains, 35-0. The Scissors on top of the Waynesville Tigers here at halftime. Tigers coming in here at 2-4. Scissors are 6-0 on the season. And this season is winding down. This, Shane, is week number 7.
I know. It seems like it's gone awful quick this year. I do have to give a shout-out tonight. I teach freshmen world history. I have 180 students this year. and I've got quite a few of the football players. And
Hopefully in more than one class.
yeah, well,
Okay.
there's 6 classes of those, so you do the average. Anyway, the freshman Tigers this year are coached by Coach Demelade and Coach Kelly. They are 5-1 right now. They beat the only unbeaten team in the conference last week in Rolla and beat them pretty well. We're talking about guys, Daytra Johnson, Cody Duffy, Isaiah Smith, Martavius Robinson, Nathan Emerson, John Moore, Eric Richardson, Marion Fiame, E.J. Gibson, Elijah Stallings, Tristan Martin, Adam Coleman, Jameel Knight, Deshaun Blevins, J. Marion Fain, Aiden McFarland, Tyler Grimes, Joseph Howe, Andrew Richardson, Chase Evans, Blake Althusius, and Elijah Bowles. You freshman boys keep it going, and since I said your name on the radio that you begged me to do all day, now you owe me. So we'll talk to you guys Monday, and congratulations to the freshman Tigers.
Oh, owing a teacher is never good.
Never.
Well, that is the future of the Waynesville Tigers, that freshman team. JV didn't have a chance to, well, they played last week. It was a week before that the JV did not have a chance to play against Central because Central didn't have a team. They didn't have a freshman team, but the Waynesville Tigers were able to pick up a game with Bolivar.
Right, and, you know, that's where we had our old coach, old wrestling coach is down there. Jeff Davis is down there, and pretty good whooping on those guys. Rolla JV, our JV went to Rolla last week, and you got to remember, we've got a lot of guys playing varsity, so our JV is kind of thin right now as far as the amount of guys that are going, and it flip-flops every week, and that's a tough thing about playing JV. Some weeks you're going to play varsity, like this week, 5 guys had to step up. Next week they could be full. You know, it goes back and forth. So the JV, they lost to Rolla last week, but, you know, they're competing as well. But this freshman group is a pretty good group, and like you said, with all the juniors that we do have, you know, things are definitely looking up for the Tigers. So we just got to keep a good attitude, stay healthy. Hated seeing Mr. McDaniel go down on that knee. I hope that's going to be okay and nothing major. I know that he didn't come back out this half, and probably if he does, it'll probably be in street clothes. But, you know, it was one of those deals where, you know, in the first half we had our opportunities, things looked up. You know, in that first drive that we had, you know, Lewis scrambled and got that 70-yard run, and then they got inside the red zone and they really tightened up. And then we did it again, and they tightened up again, and then we did it once again, and they tightened up again. So, you know, if we can get a score or two and get our confidence back this half, I think that would be great for our confidence going into Glendale. I also believe that, you know, we've got to stay away from injury because let's give the West Plains credit. These boys can really hit, and they can really form tackle very well.
Yes, they can. They have done everything they need to do here in this contest. And honestly, a lot of people probably thought it was going to be a running clock in the third quarter and fourth quarter against this team because of the quality of this team. They got 24 seniors on this team, and a lot of them go only one way.
Right.
So they're healthy. We come out on the field because we got a lot of kids going both ways today because we're not the healthiest of we've been because we've got some kids out with illness. Now McDaniel gets injured. Now, and you see us walking out in the field, and we're just kind of looking lethargic when we came out of the locker room. And we're already back on the field with 7 minutes left to go here at halftime. And that's a little unusual. I thought that maybe Coach Haynes would spend a little more time in the locker room with them. But when you're down 35-0, you just want to get back out here on the field. You want to warm up, and you want to start doing what you do, and that is not sitting there listening to a coach tell you what you've done wrong all game. And, you know, the thing of it is, I don't think we've done that much all that wrong in this contest. Yeah, we have 1 interception. We only have 2 penalties for 20 yards. I think you have to give credit where credit is due, and that is we are playing a very good football team here in West Plains.
Well, the other thing about it too, Marv, I remember when I was coaching, you know, that walk from their locker room is almost, I know it's more than a quarter mile. I mean, it's all the way back up there in the school where you've got to come out, you got to walk through the commons area there, then you got to walk down the road to get to the field. So it's a long walk, and, you know, being Coach Haynes' first year down here, he probably wanted to make sure that they got back on the field with plenty of time. And like you said, let's get them back on the field and let's go for it. With 6.5 minutes to go, you know, it's one of those deals where it could be beneficial for us to be out on the field right now. I sure agree with you. It's better than sitting in that locker room because that locker room is extremely small. It's extremely hot for some reason in there. Probably something.
Well, you're the visitors, man.
The home
You're not
team.
going to get the air conditioning, buddy.
Yeah, we would stand outside and sit in the commons area and do our stuff as long as it wasn't real cold or wasn't raining or something like that. But if you have to go inside that locker room, I'm telling you, you are shoulder to shoulder with everybody in there. So getting them out here with this kind of stuff and getting them loose and getting them ready to play is not a bad idea.
Take a break, and we'll be back with more here at halftime. Again, Zizzers on top, 35-zip.
When you're feeling hungry, you don't want to mess around with a quarter-pound meat sandwich. Instead, eat one of Arby's new half-pound roast beef sandwiches. 8 ounces of thinly sliced, tender roast beef. And if you really want a quarter pound of beef, that's cool. Just eat half of a half-pound roast beef sandwich. Introducing Arby's new half-pound roast beef sandwiches. Arby's, we have the meat.
Quality and honesty are 2 values customers want and businesses must have. AirServe Heating and Air Conditioning of Waynesville has those values and offers much more. Locally owned and operated, they're your neighbors with finance options and free estimates so you'll know the cost before they start. AirServe is your comfort company, servicing all brands so you're ready for the season. Call 774-7805.
There's a new place where all the hipsters are hanging out. It's called the movie theater. Smell that? That's popcorn. After you've purchased your ticket, make your way to the air-conditioned theater. Take a seat, relax, and get ready for the feature presentation.
While the urge to go to the movies hasn't changed since the dawn of motion pictures, the experience has.
B&B Theaters is giving away movie tickets and popcorn every single week. Simply subscribe to the B&B Theaters channel on YouTube to stay up on the latest in upcoming releases and movie trivia. Enjoy the magic of the movies only at B&B Theaters.
For over 40 years, Made Right in Rolla has been satisfying customers with the best ground meat seasoned to perfection. At Made Right, the loose ground beef is simply too good to be called a patty. And the mouth-watering fried chicken, pulled pork, and steaming chili are a few of the menu items at Made Right. You won't go wrong when you pull into Made Right at 1028 Kings Highway in Rolla, because everything there is always made right.
We're back. Marv Luton along with Shane McPherson. Got some scores from some of the other games we'll share with you. The Camdenton-Glendale game. The Lakers lead that. What is that, at halftime?
Yeah.
40-22.
Second quarter, actually.
Actually in the second quarter. And Lebanon, they are shutting out Rolla 28-zip. They are in the third.
That's a shocker.
Yeah, that is. I figured that Rolla would have some points on the board.
Yeah.
Kickapoo is shutting out Central 35-zip at halftime, and Parkview has a 28-20 lead over Springfield Hillcrest.
And Carthage is up on Willard 34-14 at halftime. Carthage is a good football team.
Willard again is in our district, and we again are a half point ahead of Willard. So it doesn't look good for Willard. Certainly doesn't look good for this Waynesville Tiger team. But you know, you take a look at this Zizzer team. This is week number 7. And again, they got 2 more weeks before districts. And they don't have an easy district with Farmington down there, along with Festus. And they have some other quality teams down in that district. Sykeston, they usually put together a pretty good football team.
Yes, they do.
Down there in southeast Missouri. And then, you know, they are in Class 4, and they are going to have to face some of the competition, and maybe not your Rolla Bulldogs, maybe not your Camdenton Lakers, if they get out, because both Rolla and Camdenton coming into this week are state ranked. The Lakers again, I think they were riding around number 8 or number 9, and then the Zizzers are Rolla 10. They are Class 4. The Zizzers are number 4 in Class 4. So you know a pretty good showing for the Ozark Conference as far as state-ranked teams.
Well, yeah, Rolla will go east, if I'm not mistaken, and then Camdenton will go southwest, down in that area for their district. Isn't that right?
I have not looked, to tell you the truth. Haven't been that far.
Right. Well, one of the other scores that I thought we might want to mention, I don't know if you did or not, Parkview is beating Hillcrest 28-20 in the third quarter. for us, that's good news right there. I mean, because we blanked Hillcrest. They're scoring on Parkview, and, you know, we're right there with them. And, you know, a lot of people thought, well, Parkview was going to have a pretty good year. But, you know, we got 2 games coming up that are very important for us, and I think that we can win them both. But we've got to bounce back and get our confidence back. These guys have tried to knock us in the dirt, and they have a little bit. But we can try to get a little confidence back and go for it now.
Yeah, and the thing of it is, what we need to get back also is some of our players, get them healthy again. Ian Williams again out. Sean Sumter is out. Damian Machuca out. And Antonio Pearson all out, all because of the bug. And here in this contest, we lose Aaron McDaniel, one of our top tacklers,
right,
to a knee injury where he got popped in the knee. It looked like to me from a helmet, but it might have been something else, but I have not seen. He's just not out of the locker room yet. I imagine he's back there getting some ice on that and nursing it. So he's stuck back in that hot box.
Well, I would imagine that Cheryl's back there with him because I don't see Cheryl down here either. But we've got another player down here with the bag of ice on his head. And obviously he's been playing. I don't know who that is, but, you know, let's give, you know, that there's been some hard hitting tonight, and we've been delivering some and been taking some.
Yeah, so. And you're right. There have been some shots put into this game, and I don't think West Plains is going to back off to start the second half. They will get the ball to begin the second half of this football game, and we'll have that for you coming up.
I'm here in the middle of the beautiful Ozarks.
I'm in one of the most exciting phases of my life.
But it's definitely time to relocate to a place of my own.
Somewhere I can power nap in peace.
Where I can have my buddies over anytime I want.
Somewhere close to where I need to be when I need to be there.
I wonder what my housing options are.
Fort Beatty Communities offers move-in ready 2, 3, and 4-bedroom homes in both single-family and townhome styles. Located at Fort Leonard Wood in Missouri, our residents enjoy a secure and comfortable hometown environment with the convenience of 24-hour maintenance, lawn care services, and community events. For more information, call Balfour Beatty today at 573-329-1013.
Colleges are notorious for charging fees, application fees, book fees, technology fees, graduation fees. Well, you get the point. At Columbia College, we came up with a better way. No fees, no book costs, and no surprises. That's the truth. We call it Truition. Learn more at fortwood.ccis.edu. That's fortwood.ccis.edu. Make plans for the V. Lakeway VFW Post 3168 on the South Outer Road at exit 150 off I-44. A proud supporter of the Lakeway area and the Lakeway youth. The Post is open 7 days a week. Not only will you meet your friends for some refreshments and catching up on the day's activities, there's karaoke, selected nights for bingo, and don't forget their free senior citizens dinner at 12 noon the last Friday of every month. Check out sports on the several TVs. Every day is a good day at the V. Lakeway VFW Post 3168, exit 150 off I-44 on the South Outer Road.
Sellers Sexton self-satisfaction.
Have you been searching the internet high and low and think you found the best price elsewhere on a new Ford, Lincoln, or Mazda? Seller Sexton has been selling satisfaction to thousands of customers, and I encourage you to take the Satisfaction Challenge. Go find the best price on the new Ford, Lincoln, or Mazda you want. Then come see us at Seller Sexton, and you'll find our offers on that same vehicle are just as good, if not better. Save on your new Ford, Lincoln, or Mazda. Take the Satisfaction Challenge only at Seller Sexton in St. Robert. Shop us online at sellersexton.com.
Come on!
Our Women's Health and Maternity Services family is growing. Phelps County Regional Medical Center is proud to welcome gynecologist Nathan Ratchford and obstetrics and gynecology physician Wes Harden to the PCRMC Medical Group. Doctors Ratchford and Harden will begin seeing patients this summer in the PCRMC Women's Health Center and Maternity Services. To learn more or to make an appointment, please visit pcrmc.com or call 426-2229. Phelps County Regional Medical Center, our family caring for yours.
At Lindsay Chrysler Jeep Dodge in St. Robert, we're here to serve you with outstanding sales and service. Whatever your preference, Chrysler Jeep Dodge, along with access to Ford and Chevrolet, all under one roof. At Lindsay Chrysler Jeep Dodge, you'll also find the area's largest stock of used vehicles with over 300 to choose from, all clearly marked on windshields and online. See for yourself with a visit to Lindsay Chrysler Jeep Dodge, 909 Missouri Avenue, St. Robert, or online at lindsay-dodge-chrysler.com.
Well, we're about to begin the second half of this football game. The Zizzers will kick off, or the Waynesville Tigers, rather, will kick off to the Zizzers. Zizzers put the ball in play on offense as we begin the second half, leading this by the score of 35-0. And Choi boots this thing high up into the air. It will be fielded at about the 17-yard line, and going to the outside is Marchuk. That is Alan Marchuk down the sideline. He's got some room. He is still on his feet, and he is going to be hauled down from behind. And I thought that might be Aaron Choi who tackled him. It's that far down the field. It's all the way down in Tiger territory at the 15-yard line, inside the 15 at the 14. He was hauled down from behind. What a return that time by Marchak. Alan Marchak caught the ball on the left-hand side of the field, went all the way to the right, and danced down the sidelines with a whole lot of blockers in front of him.
And I got to tell you, Marv, I just saw something I really don't like. We have got to fall on deaf ears this half. We have some guys that are jawing on the West Plains side like they always do, and we are taking the bait, and we do not need to do that this half.
So it is 1st and 10, the ball on the Tiger 13-yard line after a return of about 80 yards on the play. And here to the outside, again, this is Lidgard, and he is going to be rolled out of bounds right around the 5-yard line. Takes that for a gain of about 8 on the play. So that time, Lidgard again followed, whether he goes to the right or whether he goes to the left. He has had, as he's going down the field from the, shall we say, south headed north, he's used the right side of the field. When he's going the opposite way, he's been using the left side of the field. And here is the handoff, and again, this goes to the gentleman Marchak, who took the kickoff back, and he's going to get it down to the 2-yard line, I believe, is where the referees are going to mark this.
Flag? No.
That's going to be enough for a first down.
Yeah, and the one thing about that was that first carry was by Rackley, and he faked it and then got the end around. I think it was a broken play. And then they got the 2 yards here, so that's a first down.
So it is 1st and goal to go, ball on the 2. Here's a little floater into the end zone, up in the air, and the pass is caught. And I am not sure, that is deep into the end zone, and not sure who comes up with that catch for the West Plains Zizzers. And coming out, we're going to try and grab a number.
I think it was 87 again,
yep,
buddy.
It sure was. It was that tall drink of water. That is Garrett Warren. So Warren catches a 2-yard pass?
Yeah, 2 yards.
So that is the second. Well, he's caught a 1-yard pass, and he's caught a 2-yard pass. And Garrett Warren is about 6'4", so he towers over all of the Tigers. Kick is up, and it is good. And the Zizzers have struck again, 42-0, with 9:40 left to go here in the third quarter.
Now you got to start thinking about guys that you want to save, and let's not do anything stupid, and let's keep everybody in the game. And you got to have those deaf ears out there. You know, when they've had this much success, they are awfully cocky. And why wouldn't you be? I mean, cocky with confidence, obviously, because you know Coach Aries probably not going to tolerate a lot of that. But I'm going to tell you right now that we cannot bite on any of this stuff and get into one of these wars with them, because that's only going to hurt us and not them.
Cameron Cavalier, A.J. Smith going back for the Waynesville Tigers to grab the football on the kickoff. Or A.J. Martin, I think I called him Smith.
Yeah.
They'll both be standing right around the 5-yard line and getting ready to Kick the ball away again is Trey Cressman. And here is the kick. It's going to be fielded by Martin at the 10-yard line, and he will cut it to the outside. He will pick up a couple of blockers.
There you go.
He pushes off a couple of blockers and still on his feet to the 36-yard line. Good return that time by A.J. Martin.
He just threw a couple of those West Plains guys off to the side and got another 10 yards out of it.
Well, they tackled him. One got him from one side, one got him from the other, and he was able to shuck both of them and pick up a couple more yards on the play.
Yeah, shuck's a good word. That's what he did.
So 1st and 10 for the Waynesville Tigers. Ball at the 36-yard line of the West Plains Scissors. Michael Lewis, the quarterback for the Tigers. He has Dawkins in front, hands off to Sheen Butler-Lawson, nowhere to go to the right. He'll cut it back to the middle, and he'll be grabbed and put down after a gain of about 3 on the play.
Yeah, he got all that on his own. They had it cemented out there on that side with their lateral pursuit, and he cut it back inside and got 3 out of nothing.
So 2nd and 7. For the Waynesville Tigers. Timeout called. We've got an injured Scissor.
Cramping.
Yeah, okay.
Somebody's cramping.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And they're going to have to get him off the field. That is Ian Airy, the coach's kid, I guess.
I would say that'd be a pretty good guess.
Yeah. So he will head to the sidelines. He's one of them kids with the long hair.
Yeah.
So if the coach's kid can have long hair, the rest of us can too.
I'd say that's probably right.
Here's Lewis, hands off to Butler-Lawson. Lawson cuts it to the outside, and he is going to be wrapped up. Oh, my goodness, what a good tackle that time. That was the other one, Bo Airy, for the West Plains Scissors. He wrapped up Butler-Lawson. Let me tell you something. When you can wrap up Sheen Butler-Lawson around an ankle and hold on to him,
right?
You need to go try out for the wrestling team.
I'm not really surprised that the coach's kids know how to tackle. But I was kind of scared on that because Sheen kind of pulled up.
Yeah. 3rd and 3 now for the Tigers. Lawson has the ball again, and he will pick up the first down. He will dive off of left tackle and grab the Tigers' 6th first down of this football game. Tigers trailing 42-0 here in this contest. We are in the 3rd quarter with the turbo clock going.
Those were just hard-fought yards. It's nice to see him going up the middle and just going for it.
Tigers aren't laying down.
No, sir.
They are trying to move the ball and work this thing. And here's a little flare pass to the outside to Poinsett. And Poinsett now, there should be a penalty flag right there. And there is. And there is. They blew the whistle. And the Scissors just kept pushing back, and Poinsett finally hit the ground, and that'll be a 15-yard penalty on the West Plains Scissors for unsportsmanlike conduct. So that will move the ball 15 yards forward from the spot, and they will mark it from the 45 all the way down to the 30. It will be another first down for the Tigers. 1st and 10 for Waynesville. And again, here we go, getting close to the red zone of the West Plains Scissors. I'd like to get something on the scoreboard before we get out of here.
Right. I sure would as well. And they're giving us an opportunity right here.
We had 3 golden opportunities in the first half. Ball on the 4, ball on the 1, and could not get it in. Here's a pitch to Lawson, and oh my gosh, he gets smacked. You talk about a slobber knocker there. Titus Seeley comes up from his safety position, and that was we kind of choreographed that for him.
Yeah, that was a broken play, and Sheen unfortunately had to pay for it.
Yeah, he just tossed the ball to Sheen, and
he bounced up though. Sheen bounced up.
All of a sudden, Seeley was in his face and laid him out. Loss on the play of about 7. And another broken play by the Tigers, and Lewis gets tripped up by Seeley again in the backfield. Again, they're shooting that corner safety. He is getting into the Tiger backfield, and there is nobody over there that's putting a stop on him.
So we're looking at a third and about 17 here.
Yeah, no gain on that one. That was another broken play as Lewis went to the right to hand the ball off to Lawson, and he wasn't there.
Nobody home.
Deuces left, deuces right. Back to throw is Lewis. Here come the Scissors. And Lewis whips this thing deep down the field into the end zone.
Touchdown.
Is that Imperato?
Yes.
Imperato catches that ball at the end of the end zone, and we have a penalty flag on the play here at the 41-yard line. It looks like it is going to be on the Scissors because the indication is we will decline it.
Good deal.
So a touchdown for the Waynesville Tigers, a 35-yard strike.
Sorry, Marv.
So we finally got one on the board, and $25 to the Sellers Sexton Auto Group from to the athletic department. So Lewis to Imperato, who was in the deep part of the end zone. And Imperato able to jump up in the air and grab that thing. 5:30 left to go here. Thank you, guys. They stopped the clock for us while they kick this extra point.
Why, on touchdowns, that's what they will do.
Okay, this one is up and good. So the extra point is good. The Waynesville Tigers trail now 42-7 with 5:30 left to go here in the third quarter. We're back in just a moment.
Place there's no place else like. Home. It's the circle of chairs around your fire pit, where all the do you remembers get passed around like bowls of ice cream. It's bacon and eggs in the skillet, crackling along with the laughter.
At Shelter Insurance, we don't just insure your home, we insure all the memories that live inside it. Ask your agent for details. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
For a free insurance review,
for auto, home, life, farm, or business insurance, see me, Mike Anthony, your Shelter Insurance agent in Waynesville.
Stop by and see me, Dave Howlett, your Shelter Insurance agent in Richland.
Marv Luton, Shane McPherson back with you. Tigers 35-yard touchdown pass from Mike Lewis to Aaron Imperato into the end zone. Aaron Choi kicks the extra point. Tigers trail this by the score of 42-7. We have 5.5 minutes left to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, well, I wonder if we might. I don't think we would go onside here. Try to get Choi to get it to the end zone anyway. But with the last return, who knows? Maybe a squib.
We'll see what Choi does. He's got it teed up, and, yeah, he's going to go onside, and he'll kick it out of bounds. So that didn't do any good.
No.
That'll put the ball at the 35-yard line. That'll be a 15-yard penalty for kicking the ball out of bounds. It's only the third penalty for the Waynesville Tigers here in this contest. They've had one turnover for the Scissors as well. Both have been interceptions.
Well, if it's before the 35, they spot the ball where it was, so it may be the 42.
Okay, you're right. That's exactly what they're going to do.
And
then mark off 15?
5.
Or 5, okay.
So that's not bad field position.
No, that's the ball at the 47-yard line.
Right.
For the West Plains Scissors.
Got some new Scissors on the field right now. 18.
And again, the new quarterback is going to be Markak, Alan Markak.
And number 14.
Running back, it looks like it is Dalton Lucas. So Markak will work out of the pistol. He will hand off to Lucas. Lucas will follow his blockers out to the outside, and he will be wrapped up and dropped at the 45-yard line of Waynesville. That's a gain of about 7 on the play. Brings up a second down now, and about 3 for the Scissors.
That's the same play Lidgard been running too.
Yeah.
Lucas got pretty good speed himself.
They're just following their same blockers. That's one thing that has not changed, and that's the offensive line here for this Scissor team. They've been pretty much steady most of the night.
Of course, they don't have the trees in there right now either. Those two tackles.
Here is the snap. Lucas gets it again. He'll go to the opposite side of the field. A.J. Martin misses him in the backfield, but he slowed him down enough, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Gain of maybe 1 on the play. It'll bring about 3rd and 1 now for the Scissors. They spot the ball at the Waynesville 46-yard line, make it the 44.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of guys playing time. And you got, there's one thing you got to do when you got these guys out here. You never know when a guy's going to go down. I mean, we had McDaniel go down tonight. We're getting some guys some looks. Got a whole new linebacking crew in there that hasn't been playing a whole lot this year anyway.
And here is the handoff, and again, are we gonna have a face mask? Or they grab him by the? I thought they grabbed Lucas by the face mask and pulled him down. It's well behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up a 4th down, and I think probably about a 4th down and about 7 now for the Zizzers, and they may bring their punting unit on the field for the first time tonight.
Maybe the first time all year.
I'm sure they've punted against some teams.
Well, it doesn't look like they are. Well, yeah, now he's going to go with a short putt.
And this is Lidgard, and he will boot it, and he will kick this thing. It looked like it was high up into the air, but that thing, well, it did go high up in the air. I thought it was going to go a lot farther. That thing bounces at the 20-yard line and comes back. So it will be Waynesville football at the 20, trailing 42-7 here in this contest as we are in the 3rd quarter, and the turbo clock is still running.
Yep.
So the Tigers gather over on the sidelines, get their offense in gear. And over there on the sideline also is Gerald McGinley, who's kind of listening in. He's just kind of hanging around over there by the Tigers sideline, and nobody from Waynesville paying any attention to him. So
yeah, he sure is.
Tigers bring it back out on the field. And Lewis again at the quarterback position. He will hand off to Butler Lawson. Lawson goes to his right, but good lateral pursuit on the line of scrimmage again. That time the tackle made by Ian Airy, who is back into the game. Again, he was one of the boys who went off with the cramp.
Yeah, this is their second unit. Their second unit's not bad either defensively.
Desmond Dawkins and Sergio Carrillo coming into the game now for the Tigers. It's 2nd down and about 11. Lewis with the snap, ball of the 18-yard line, movement on the line of scrimmage, and the Tigers will be penalized 5 for illegal motion.
Which will make it 2nd and 17.
So 5 yards farther back on a false start for the Tigers. Trailing 42-7, but we did stick a touchdown on the board against this Zizzer team here in the 3rd quarter.
Glad to see Aaron Eparato get a score.
Yeah. He's done an awful lot for this team.
Yes, he has.
You know, being a receiver, being a quarterback. And now he gets a few points by his name in the book. Little pass to the outside. Pass is complete. Good catch that time by Andrews for the Tigers. Caught the ball and was thrown out of bounds immediately. That is right back at the line of scrimmage. So he'll pick up about 7 on the play. Brings up a 3rd and about 11 now for the Tigers.
Yeah, another good thing about Aaron, he's a senior and he accepted his role really well, you know, when he was battling with Lewis for this position. And
Lewis back to throw. Little cross-cut pass across the middle, and that was intended. I believe that was intended for Carrillo, Sergio Carrillo. He had Cassidy and Carrillo both out there, and he kind of sandwiched the ball between the two of them.
Right, he sure did. He just overthrew it a little bit.
Carrillo got popped.
Yes, he did.
As that ball went by, well, he got nailed. He got leveled. That's going to bring Choi back into the game, and the Tigers are going to be forced to punt the ball
don't have
away.
enough guys out there.
It's all right. This is going to end the 3rd quarter. Are we going to get the snap off?
No.
We get the snap off, and the ball goes. So don't pick it up, Aaron. Kick the thing out of bounds. It's a safety. 6-1, half dozen the other. It would have been a safety anyway.
Yep.
So a bad snap by the Waynesville Tigers center. Ball goes over the head of Choi as the 3rd quarter comes to an end. It is 44-7. The Zizzers lead it, and they will get the ball when we come back as the Tigers will kick it away on a free kick.
of St. Robert is the go-to resource for packing, shipping, printing, and business service needs. Their team of dedicated, professionally trained experts understands the meaning of superstar customer care. They focus on saving you time and money by ensuring you get the right products and services at the right price. They can pack and ship almost anything to almost anywhere in the world, but shipping is only one way they can help make your life easier. They are also St. Robert's premier copy, print, and document service center. Large or small, black and white or color, it can be printed. Mailbox It can handle it. Mailbox It, one-stop shop for dozens of business products and services that will allow you to do what you're good at while they take care of the other stuff you need to succeed. You're listening to KOZQ 102.3 FM, Waynesville, St. Robert, Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Get Napa know-how at St. Robert Auto Supply off Missouri Avenue in St. Robert, and get the good stuff 7 days a week.
Our Women's Health and Maternity Services family is growing. Phelps County Regional Medical Center is proud to welcome gynecologist Nathan Ratchford and obstetrics and gynecology physician Wes Harden to the PCRMC Medical Group. Doctors Ratchford and Harden will begin seeing patients this summer in the PCRMC Women's Health Center and Maternity Services. To learn more or to make an appointment, please visit pcrmc.com or call 426-2229. Phelps County Regional Medical Center, our family caring for yours.
Well, it's a free kick for the Waynesville Tigers. They could punt it or they could kick it away, and Aaron Choi has decided that he will tee it up, and he will kick it away, but he'll have to do it from the 20-yard line. And he lays into this thing. It takes about 3 bounces and is picked up at the 31-yard line by the West Plains Scissors, and rolling to the outside is Lucas with a little bit of running room, and he gets run out of bounds in Tiger territory at the Waynesville 47-yard line.
Got some updates for you. Camden 47-22, third quarter on Glendale. Some more. Lebanon 35, Rolla 8 in the third quarter. Kickapoo 35, and the Parkview 28-20 in the fourth quarter. Hasn't changed a bit.
Back here, our score has changed a little bit. It was 35-zip at halftime. It is now 44-7 as we begin the fourth quarter of this football game. The Scissors have it. They are in Tiger territory at the Waynesville Tiger 47-yard line. Again, new quarterback and a new running back into the game, and it looks like this is the quarterback, number 18, who is going to carry the ball on a handoff from the halfback.
It was number 28.
Oh, was it 28? Okay,
yeah,
not 18.
Who is that?
Okay, that is Dalton Cox.
Dalton Cox.
Thought that was 18 rather than 28. So Dalton Cox into the game now for the Scissors, as well as the quarterback, again, Marquette.
Right.
Working out of the pistol formation. Loss or a gain of 5 on the play. It is 2nd and 5, and the Tigers wrap him up from behind. Good tackle that time by the Tigers' Caden Tripp.
I'm sorry, that was number 25. I thought it was 28. It's number 25, and his name is?
Number 25 for the Scissors is Dre Henry. Henry will line up again next to Marquette. 3rd and about 3 for the Scissors. Ball at the 40-yard line. This man goes in motion and takes the handoff, and Tigers' good lateral pursuit across the line of scrimmage. That one didn't go for too terribly much. And if that's number 38, I do not have a number 38 on my program. I do have a number 39, and that is Lane Jett.
All right, that sounds good. We'll give it to him.
Into the game now for the Scissors is going to be Garrett Drown. He will line up in the running back position as Coach Steve Airy is giving some of his younger players a little bit of yardage. That Lingard doesn't gobble up. And we're going to have a motion penalty on the running back as he takes the ball all the way down inside the 30 to the 25-yard line. But that time, Garrett Drown jumped about a second before the ball was. I'm surprised he even got the handoff. He was on top of the quarterback that fast.
Right.
So that will move him back 5 yards, 55 yards in penalties for the West Plains Scissors so far in this contest.
This may be a little preview of Monday night, at our place for the JV game right here.
Could very well be, even though I think a lot of the, yeah, we do have a few JV players in there, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Some of the younger players for the Tigers. It is 1st and 15 for the Scissors. The ball at the Waynesville Tiger 38-yard line, and here's the handoff. Up the middle it goes, and again, good run that time by the West Plains Scissors. And again, hauling that in is going to be Henry. That is Dre Henry on the carry for the Scissors. Under 8 minutes left to go here in this game, 44-7. Scissors on top of the Waynesville Tigers. We have a turbo clock going here in the fourth quarter of this contest. Again, Henry is the lone setback behind a new quarterback into the game now for the Scissors. That is Colt Hickson, and he will hand off. And again, Henry, that is number 20.
That's number 20 now.
And it's number 28.
It is 28. That is Cox.
It is number 28, and that is Dalton Cox, the ball carrier.
And he got...
A lot of the Tigers got in the way of the guy's number. Hard to pick up again. They are switching them back in and out so fast. Can't hardly keep up with them. Now back into the game is another running back, and let's see if he'll take the handoff.
Now we're back to
from Mark Ackman in motion, and they'll give it to the man in motion. And again, getting hauled down is going to be Kinslow. That is Dagan Kinslow, and they will drag him down right around the 15-yard line. And that is going to be enough for about a second down and 5. So he'll pick up 5 on the play. How many running backs do they have over there?
I hope they start running out because I'm running out of room. 33.
Back into the contest now for the Scissors is Drown. Motion all over the place. Scissors are not set. Now they finally set up, and they move half the line from one side of the field to the other. Drown gets the handoff. He'll go up the middle off of the center and right tackle and take it all the way down to the 5-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down for West Plains.
Well, I'm telling you what, they've got a good crew of backs. I mean, of course, Lidgard, he's a step ahead of anybody pretty much in the conference. I mean, but the backs that we've seen tonight, they go forward and they lower their head and they go for it.
You bet Dalton Kleber into the game now for the Waynesville Tigers. As the Scissors have it, 1st and goal to go at the 5-yard line of the Waynesville Tigers. And here is Drown with the handoff, and he will go nowhere. The ball is stripped and fallen on. It looks like the Waynesville Tigers, I thought they grabbed it. Well, there's only 3. There's 3 Waynesville Tigers there. That has to be Waynesville ball.
No, he's down. They're calling him down.
Unless they they did call him down before the ball was stripped. So a loss of 1 on the play. 2nd and goal to go now at the 6-yard line.
And that was Henry on that carry, number 25. And now here comes another back.
Henry is staying in there from the moment. Nope, now he's going to run off the field.
He's got to go off.
He's a little ginger when he's running off the field, too.
That's 28 again.
Okay, back into the game
Cox.
now. That is Dalton Cox. He will stand behind the quarterback, Hickson. Now he'll move to the left, and we're going to have a whistle. And we're going to have a timeout called by the Scissors. That'll give us time to hear from another one of our fine sponsors. We'll be back in just a moment with more on 90 on 102.
Attention athletes. If you want to make sure that you perform this season at 100%, then call Ogle Chiropractic in Waynesville. Their sports well care program is only $45 per month, and that's up to 12 visits each month. Dr. Shane and Dr. Tabby Ogle will make sure everything is in alignment and treat any issue you have before the big game. Ogle Chiropractic offers sports and school physicals, electrical muscle stimulation, and treatments for sports injuries. Ogle Chiropractic is dedicated to providing Waynesville and the surrounding communities with the best possible chiropractic care available. Stop by today or call 774-4177. Ogle Chiropractic, a proud supporter of Waynesville Athletics.
Well, we are back, and we have about 4.5 minutes left to go in this game, 44-7. Zizzers on top. Zizzers have the football deep in Waynesville Tiger territory. It is 2nd and goal to go. Ball on about the 6.5-yard line. Hickson is the quarterback. A multitude of running backs have been used. It will be the quarterback, Hickson, on the keeper. He will follow some blockers through inside the 5, down to about the 4-yard line. Brings up a 3rd down now. 3rd and goal to go at the 4-yard line. Zizzers trying to stick another 6 on the board. The Tigers trying to keep that from happening. Both these teams using a lot of JV players here in this contest with the 44-7 score. Again, Hickson quarterbacking this Zizzer team. He's the 3rd quarterback we've seen so far in this contest. And this one goes to Drown. The Tigers say, now how did they stop that? Okay, the ball hit the ground. The Tigers pick it up. They touch the ground with a knee and then take off running. So the Tigers recover the fumble from West Plains. It keeps West Plains out of the end zone, and that was Drown on the carry. He got popped. I'm not sure which one of the Tigers got him inside that interior line, but the ball came loose. He might not have secured it after the handoff from the quarterback Hickson.
Who's number 59? It looked like 59 had the strip, or 58.
58 is Jonathan Stump for the Waynesville Tigers. Again, these are some players that we normally don't call because of the lopsided score here.
Actually, would have been 50. Number 50.
Okay. Number 50 is Kleber, who just came into the game. He's a senior.
Good for him.
So the Tigers will take it over. See who is quarterback in this Tiger team now. And that is Lewis. He is still in there, and he will hand the ball off. Up the middle it goes. And this is Butler Lawson. He is still on his feet, and he is loose to the 30, to the 40. And Shane Butler Lawson will take this to the house. 96 yards on a touchdown run by Shane Butler Lawson with 2:16 left to go here in this contest.
Yeah, he got loose, kept his legs driving, and when he got in that secondary, it was over.
And that was after the fumble recovery. So the Tigers stick another 6 on the board with 2:16 left to go here in this contest. Shane Butler Lawson, a 96-yard scamper after the Tigers recover the fumble on the first play from scrimmage. After the fumble, Lawson gets loose. They thought they had him. But he kept, like you said, Shane kept churning those legs, and they didn't bring him down. And when he got into the secondary, he was gone. High snap. Tigers going for 2 is Lewis. Rolls to the outside, throws it into the end zone, and the pass is overthrown. Intended that time, I believe that was intended for Anderson, Deron Anderson. That was not the play that it was supposed to be. I think that was supposed to be an extra point.
It was.
But it was a high snap, and Mike Lewis had to do something with it. He was already on his feet. There was no way to get back down and plant that foot. So the extra point is no good.
And the turbo clock is off. We are 31 points down at this point.
44-13 is the score.
There's a moral victory right there.
Yeah, we don't have the turbo clock running anymore. 2:16 left to go here in this game.
Well, the reason I say that is because we're one of the only teams in the Ozark Conference that hasn't had the turbo clock running. We're talking about some good teams in Rolla, Camden, Lebanon that have all had it running against them, and we don't. Half glass full.
That's right. So the Tigers will boot it away as Aaron Choi will tee it up at the 40-yard line. Again, what a run by Butler Lawson.
Oh, man.
These Tigers, they look at the score. They don't care.
They're
not quitting.
They haven't all year long. You got to give credit. That's a credit to the coaching staff that they can keep them into it like this. And, you know, they get their yards. You want to get your yards? Go ahead, get your yards. And they give them the opportunities, and they're getting them.
Joy boots this thing away. It is not deep, and it will be fielded and booted. And booted. Do the Tigers have the ball? Waynesville says they have it. The ball is loose as the returner raced up. The ball bounced off his fingertips, and then he kicked it. It went forward, and it looks like West Plains did come up with the loose football.
And by the way, the Bugs have arrived.
They have been here for a while, actually.
Yeah, but I just had 4 of them land on me, and that's really not a thing that I want to happen.
Yeah, Mike Lewis and A.J. Martin were the 2 Tigers that were down there first. Lewis doing everything here in this contest, playing special teams, playing offense. Of course, you don't think of it is when you're a good athlete, you have to be asked to do a few things. So the Waynesville Tigers again on offense, and now let's see. Hickson back at the quarterback position for the Scissors. Here is a high snap, and here come the Tigers. That one went absolutely nowhere as they crush Hickson at the 20-yard line. As he was trying to rattle the ball back in and bring it in to keep from getting sacked, the Tigers came on the blitz, and they rolled him. A loss of about 5 on the play. Second down now and 15 with 1:48 left to go in this contest. Again, 44-13, the Waynesville Tigers trailing the West Plains Scissors. Next week, we're at home. Glendale Falcons will be coming to town for Week 8. And then we wrap up the regular season at Springfield Parkview. That will be at JFK. And here is a handoff. This one rolls to the outside up to the 25-yard line. And let's see which running back gets up off the pile that time. And that will be number 28. That'll be Dalton Cox.
Okay.
So Cox will get 4 of the 5 back. They lost on the sack. 1 minute left to go here in this contest. Couple more plays for the Scissors. 3rd and long right now at 3rd and 11. Hickson, the quarterback. Deuces left, Deuces right. In motion is Downs. He'll take the handoff as they go around to the outside, and the Waynesville Tigers, good lateral pursuit on the line of scrimmage on the jet sweep. They bring him down at the 30-yard line. That's a gain of 4 on the play. Brings up a 4th down now and about 6, and that will bring on the punting unit for the Scissors. And that will send A.J. Martin deep for the Waynesville Tigers.
They don't have to run it. They don't have to run it. Nope, I think that's ball game, buddy.
I believe so. They don't have to kick this football away to the Waynesville Tigers, and they will not. The play clock is at 13, and the game clock is at 6. So that is a wrap of this one. A 44-13 win by the West Plains Scissors over the Waynesville Tigers. As the Tigers, again, get 13 in a game that you didn't think they were going to rack up any, but they had chances and chances and chances, and we'll talk about it when we come back. Week 7 is in the books.
There's a new place where all the hipsters are hanging out. It's called the Movie Theater. Smell that? That's popcorn. After you've purchased your ticket, make your way to the air-conditioned theater. Take a seat, relax, and get ready for the feature presentation.
While the urge to go to the movies hasn't changed since the dawn of motion pictures, the experience has.
B&B Theaters is giving away movie tickets and popcorn every single week. Simply subscribe to the B&B Theaters channel on YouTube to stay up on the latest in upcoming releases and movie trivia. Enjoy the magic of the movies only at B&B Theaters.
Real estate made easy with Team Ellis at RE/MAX. Lisa Ellis has been selling real estate in the Waynesville, St. Robert, Fort Wood area for over 20 years. She knows the area as well as anyone in real estate, and with the revolving doors in a military market, Team Ellis at RE/MAX stays on top of their game, and that in turn helps you out, the buyer or seller. Contact Team Ellis at 320 Eichard Avenue in the Townfield Plaza, Suite X, behind McDonald's in Waynesville. Call the office at 774-2653 or her cell at 528-4353. Lisa Ellis, your RE/MAX professional realtor.
It's the place there's no place else like. Home. It's the circle of chairs around your fire pit, where all the do you remembers get passed around like bowls of ice cream. It's bacon and eggs in the skillet, crackling along with the laughter.
At Shelter Insurance, we don't just insure your home, we insure all the memories that live inside it. Ask your agent for details. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
For a free insurance review,
For auto, home, life, farm, or business insurance, see me, Mike Anthony, your Shelter Insurance agent in Waynesville.
Stop by and see me, Dave Howlett, your Shelter Insurance agent in Richland.
Seller Sexton self-satisfaction.
Have you been searching the internet high and low and think you found the best price elsewhere on a new Ford, Lincoln, or Mazda? Seller Sexton has been selling satisfaction to thousands of customers, and I encourage you to take the Satisfaction Challenge. Go find the best price on the new Ford, Lincoln, or Mazda you want. Then come see us at Seller Sexton, and you'll find our offers on that same vehicle are just as good, if not better. Save on your new Ford, Lincoln, or Mazda. Take the Satisfaction Challenge only at Seller Sexton in St. Robert. Shop us online at sellersexton.com.
Come on!
We're back here. Marv Luton along with Shane McPherson. And again, it was a 44-13 win for the Zizzers over the Tigers. You take a look at that first half. And I know those are two big words.
Yeah.
If we would have went in from the 4, if we would have went in from the 1, if we would have went in from about the 7, each one of those times we had that ball inside that 10-yard line. This is a whole new ball game.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know, I mean, we are within striking distance. 44-13. I mean, it was 35-0 at halftime. Waynesville Tigers did not bow down in the second half. They came out fighting. And 35-yard touchdown pass from Mike Lewis to Aaron Emperado as Emperado got deep into the end zone. That was the first strike. And then after the Zizzers had the ball deep in Tiger territory at the Waynesville 1-yard line, they fumbled the ball. Sheen Butler-Lawson grabbed that ball, and again, the ball was on the 4-yard line, and he took the handoff from Lewis and was hit right at the line of scrimmage, kept his legs churning, kept fighting, broke a couple of tackles, and went 96 yards to pay dirt, made it 44-13. And even though that's not really respectable, it did not have the mercy clock running, and like you said, a moral victory.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, in the second half, we outdid them. You know, Sheen had all the yardage for us running the ball. He had 6 carries for 101 yards. You know, that big pop of 96 yards. Mr. Lewis was 3 for 4 for 53 yards. That gave us 154 total for the half. West Plains had 18 carries for 69 yards. They had 1 pass, 1 for 1 for 2 yards for a total of 71 yards. Total for the game, Waynesville had 309 total yards, and West Plains did all their damage in the first half, having 453 total yards. So, you know, like I said, it was a moral victory. Got the clock not running on us, and now got to wash it off. And now we get ready for Glendale. And these are 2 games coming up with Glendale and Parkview that we've got to believe that we can win both these games off the production that we've had the last 4 weeks. Even though we got beat tonight, we didn't get blown way out. I mean, there were times, I mean, the score is not indicative of what was going on. We were in the red zone, like Marv, you said, 3 times. You put 21 more points on the board, we're looking at a 10-point ball game. You know, and you can't really go with that because of all the things that took place. But if you add 21 points and we're in the red zone, and I think on Glendale and Parkview, we get inside the red zone and we're going to do better this week.
And we had several starters that did not play tonight because of illness, and then we lost Aaron McDaniel to a knee injury in the contest, and he's a big part of the Tiger defense. But I don't know whether one defender would have made much of a difference with Mr. Lingard. That young man can just flat fly, and Braden Lingard scored, let's see, 1, 2, 3 of the touchdowns, and then Warren 2 catches for 2 others, and then their quarterback Rackley scores 1 as well. But this Zizzers team, they are for real. There's no doubt.
Well, you know, the thing about it is what's scary too is their starting quarterback and Lingard are only juniors.
Yeah.
And you know, we saw that they have a lot of seniors, but then we saw some guys up front that are juniors as well. I mean, you know, this isn't going to be one of these where they better get it done this year because they're going to lose a lot. Yeah, they'll lose some for sure, and they're going to lose some big linemen for sure, but they're not going to just necessarily just fall away.
Look at them. They're taking a picture of all the seniors.
Right. There's a bunch of them.
There's at least 20 seniors on this team, and they all just took a picture here on homecoming night here at West Plains. Well, that's going to wrap things up for us. 44-13, West Plains knocks off the Waynesville Tigers here in Howell County. Tigers go to 2-5 on the season. Glendale at home next week. The week after, Parkview at JFK in Springfield. Tigers shooting for at least a third place in the districts. That will give them a home playoff game.
Yeah.
Or a home district game, and you can do so much more at home.
Oh, yeah, and we tend to really, our fans have really gone nuts for us, the 2 wins that we've had, and boy, wasn't that a great game against Rolla, and the kids, everybody was into it. The stands were packed. I think if we get a home district game, we're going to have the same kind of crowd, and that'll really juice our kids.
You bet. Did you see the crowd that was here tonight?
Yeah.
Way down here in Howell County.
Right,
Good tip of the hat to the Waynesville Tiger fans.
You bet.
Who made the trip, and that's going to wrap things up for my partner, Shane McPherson, our engineer back at the station, the Chuckster. I'm Marv Luton. Have yourself a great evening. We'll see you next Friday night.
You've been listening to Waynesville Tiger Football. Our game has been brought to you by Air Serve Heating and Air, Arby's of St. Robert, B&B Theater in Waynesville, TC Towing of Waynesville, Balfour Beatty Communities of Fort Wood, Columbia College, King Auto Glass, Lindsay Chrysler Dodge, Ram Jeep of St. Robert, Park University of Fort Leonard Wood, Ogle Chiropractic in Waynesville, Mailboxing of St. Robert, Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company, the Sellers Sexton Auto Group, Shelter Insurance Agents, Mike Anthony of Waynesville and Dave Holland in Richland, VFW Post 3168, Team Ellis and Remax Professional Realty, the Bank of Crocker, Clayton Homes of Lebanon, Lynch's Furniture of St. Robert, the Marys County Bank, St. Robert Auto Supply, and the Waynesville Medical Plaza. That's it for this evening. Have a great night.